diaspora. They call spirit lower. And how do you get close to a lower? You get close to a lower by knowing what lower you are working with, or what spirit or voodoo you are working with. You must know everything about that voodoo, what the voodoo does, the do's of the voodoo and the don'ts of the voodoo, the taboos of the voodoo. And you must understand the incantation of that voodoo to be able to invoke it, either physically or just verbally, and be able to understand it. So without understanding the voodoo you want to work with, there's nothing you can do. So there is no voodoo unless you understand the voodoo you want to work with. So before you start to speak with any spirit or work with any voodoo, the first thing is to make a background check of that voodoo. Find out where the voodoo comes from which sphere, and also to find out whether it is a local voodoo or it's a foreign voodoo or a spirit that your locality are not used to, whatever. And by knowing all these things, when you want to work with the lower or the spirit or the voodoo, it becomes easier for you. That's why for me, all the spirits that I work with, whether they are foreign, like people ask me about Shamhamfurash, and I'm able to explain what Shamhamfurash is because I had worked with it, I had studied it and know what Shamhamfurash are, and I use them in my work a lot. So I understood what they are, so I work with them. So that is what a person is supposed to do. When you want to work with any voodoo, try to understand the type of voodoo you have. If it's an attraction voodoo, if it is a warrior voodoo, or it's a voodoo that revenges, or whatever. Like in the Bible, people talk about Jehovah. Even we get people called they are witnesses of Jehovah. Jehovah is a God of vengeance. If you people you don't know, go back into the books and find out. It's a God of vengeance. That's why the Jews like Jehovah, because it attacks people they consider as their enemies. So it will attack them on their behalf. That's why they love Jehovah, because they are living in a place where it is very volatile. Every time there's war or this thing, and the place does not really belong to them, but they have to fight to live there because they were told that it belongs to their fathers. And the people who were there said, no, we will not agree that you will live here. So they need a god or need a spirit or a deity that can fight on their behalf so that they can survive. This is all that it is. And until today, it's still happening. It's not like me who is saying it. So lower or no lower, all that you need to do is to learn about the lower and understand it and know its incantation. And when you do, forget about the offering. Even if there's offering, you must first understand what the lower eats, what it likes before you offer. It's not like you just give anything to the lower. You must find what it wants from either through reading or whatever. Yeah, let's go up. Then we have Mark 79. Say, Papa, have you heard of a Yewa voodoo? She is supposed to be the spirit of the cemetery. No, I've never heard about any. I think you are talking about Yeve. If it is Yeve, I have heard, but I'm not a Yevesi and I have not joined Yeve. But Yewa, I don't know. I've never even heard the name before. Then Mark went on to say, Papa, tell us, is exorcism a scam? Many religions around the world practice it. Exorcism can be a scam and it can also be a reality. It depends on who is doing it. Because if you are doing exorcism and you don't know what spirit you are dealing with, then it's a scam. But if you know the spirit that you are dealing with and you are exorcising people for that spirit to get out of someone, then you are doing a real thing. So exorcism can be a scam and exorcism can be reality too. It depends on what you are, who is doing it. Then we have Ken Sugar say, I enjoy your content. Thank you, sir. Thank you too for joining. Let's move up. Mark Freck will say, yes, I'm teaching in Thailand. I would like to know about directions for financial stability. Mark, what you do is first you need to, you need to do a spiritual consultation on whatever is confronting you. And then once the spirit world speaks and find out what is confronting you, they'll give you guidance and tell you what you should do to have a stability in your finances. Thank you very much, Mark Franco. Then we have Emmanuel Anti-Dupe. Is it Dupe or what is it?
Yes, please, but Dupe.
Dupepe. Okay. So please, I'm outside Ghana. What? That's libation work. Okay, if you are outside Ghana, you can still pour libation anywhere. Anywhere in the world is a place to pour libation. There's no special place that you will pour libation. Anywhere you see ground, even when you are in space, you can still pour libation. So it's no problem to say you cannot pour libation when you are outside Ghana. Find a drink and a water and pour, call your ancestors and pray to them. That's what libation pouring is all about. Let's move forward. And then we have sweetie candies. That's true. To Joshua, used to tell us we hear from the Spirit through our heart. Yes, thank you, sweetie candy. And then Jay Sabi said, thank you, Baba. Thank you too for your question. And then we have Prince. How does one communicate? Where is it?
Oh, sorry.
Say, how does one communicate with the Spirit? One can communicate with spirit when you have a spirit. You cannot communicate with spirit when you don't have a spirit or you don't have any introduction to any spirit. How do you communicate with what you don't know? If you have a spirit, then you know how to communicate with it. You don't just say, I want to communicate with the spirit without having any knowledge of the spirit that you want to communicate with. Then we went on, and Adam Baba said, good evening, sir. Good evening. And then Jai Sabi is putting... at Mokis Yewa is from Lukumi. Seek more from them. Okay, Lukumi is another is Ifa or Afa that is practiced in Cuba. Lukumi and Isese are the same alphabet practiced in the old ways of the Cubans when people were taken into slavery and whatever they could still retain. And they call it Lukumi. Some people call it Isese, but it's the same like Afa, Ifa. There's nothing much different. So, but maybe the deities that they mention in that are different names, but they may have relationship with the deities that we have here in our motherland. Yes. Then and then Adam Baba is saying, "Good evening, sir. I need your help." Yes, Adam Baba, you can need my help, but then one thing you should never ask me is whether I can make money for you, because I'm not a banker and I don't make money for people. If you want to do consultation and find out what is happening in your life, yes, we are here to guide you and tell you what to do after the Spirit spoke or has spoken. But not like I want money. How can I get rich? I don't do that. I'm not, me myself here, I want money. Yeah, I also want money. That's why I work. Then we have Salom. Papa, please, can you teach me how to pour libation to my late dad? I have just said it. Fetch water, pour it on the ground, and call your late dad's name and tell him you are giving him a drink, whether water or alcohol. That's all. That's what you do. And then we have Emmanuel Anti-Dupepe. He said, Doctor, please, can I pray to my late father? Yes, that's what we call libation pouring. We don't pray. We pour libation. We don't pray. We are not Christians. We are not Muslims. We don't pray. We pour libation. Libation pouring is to be able to acknowledge your ancestors, your father, people who were here before you came. And through them you are here. You honor them by giving them water and at the same time giving water to the Mother Earth. That's what libation pouring is all about. And then we have Mark 17. I say, Papa, is exorcism a scam? Does it truly work? Yes, it works if people know what to do. Yeah. But it can also be a scam where somebody will just deceive you and be beating people up without really doing anything. Let's go up.
Yes, Papa.
It's finished.
Yes.
Okay, so we have let me go to Clubhouse. We have Sundiata Elsie Endai Muari Ma Bokor. Okay, I don't understand that language better. And then he said, what if anything as a collective can we do from a spiritual perspective with regard to the injustice being perpetrated against Niger, Amani? What can you do? What can you do to see? Because the leaders who are saying that they want to go and fight Niger are not facing the reality. They forgot that there are millions of people in Niger, and then only one man, Bassoum, they are fighting for. That because of Bassoum, they want to reinstate him. But the truth about it is that thousands and thousands of Nigerians are standing and very happy with this coup plotters, or whether, yeah, because they felt that they have been taken advantage of for too long by France. And sometimes our leaders, they just sit down because they get a bit from the French or from the Europeans, who they can take care of themselves and their cronies and people who depend on them. They don't care whether the rest of the people are suffering. So what can we do as anything? Nigerians, they know what to do. They are on their path, and whether anybody want to go and attack them, they should go. We are all here. We will see whether they can overcome them, because they are also not stupid. If the whole nation is at least 50-60% of the nation is supporting the insurgency, and you want to go, don't forget that you say you are going to protect those citizens, and those citizens are supporting the people who did the coup. So if you want to go and kill everybody and keep Basum alone alive, it's up to our leaders. I mean, I'm not a politician, so I don't get involved into politics so much, because I'm not a politician. Because the politicians are the problem of Africa, but then we need them. Well, without politics, we cannot be here. So we need them. So I'm not a politician, so I don't really talk on political matters. I talk on voodoo, and I know what I can do to protect myself. If I were in Niger, I will be protecting myself and then protecting my loved ones. And if after I have done all that I know and it did not work, then that is what my destiny is. Yeah. So thank you very much, Sundiata. And then we have what do you call it? My RC79 Papa. I think it's the same one on the other one. Papa, the way you explain witchcraft is interesting. So how does the negativity of massive amount of people affect celebrities? Oh, who told you that celebrities are not having challenges? Don't you see that some celebrities, after some time, their name doesn't come up again? And you don't see that sometimes they have some scandals and all here and there. It's also one of those things. Yeah. So who says celebrities are exempted from witchcraft? They are not. People's negative mind towards them sometimes affect them, and you can see people get sick, people die, children die, things happen. So who say they are exempted from what negativity from witchcraft for people is? If people don't tell you about their story, you don't hear, you don't know. That's it. So if you're not hearing a story from somebody, that doesn't mean that they are not. Until they tell you something about the problem they are going through, then you would know. You know, in our Ghana here, we have so many celebrities, and around the world, we have some of them end up in jail, some end up doing certain things they are not supposed to do, and then the law of the land catches up with them. So they are not exempted at all. But are you personally their friend to be able to know what's happening in their life? You cannot know. So celebrities are not exempted from witchcraft or negative thoughts on anything. They are also affected. Maybe some pastors and all these things are going through the same. No one can escape it. Then Sunshine is saying good question. Thank you, Sunshine. And then Mark 79 say, Papa, what kind of phenomena have you seen in your voodoo practice that you would consider to truly be a violation of the laws,
The laws of science.
a violation of the laws of science? For example, Indians claim some gurus can levitate. I haven't seen anything whereby I would say that it can go against the laws of nature than when rain is falling and you tell the rain to stop and the rain stop. Is it not against the laws? Or is it not powerful enough to tell you that a human being can stop rain from falling, or a human being can call rain that rain should fall? That alone is enough for me. So that levitation story is not real. So forget about that Indian levitation. It does not exist. People did it and their buttocks is paining them. They're jumping and say they are levitating, their legs are opening them. If you see levitation inside books and in video, that those levitations are all magical secrets or magic tricks or illusions. So that is it. So it is not anything anymore. If people can fly, you will see them flying every day. It is not like they can only fly in some corner. Those things are all scam. In India, I never saw anybody flying. But Mr. Ajin Asari said he saw people flying in India. I don't know where he saw them. Sometimes people choose to tell you that they have power. Anyway, me, I live in India for long. I work with Indians from my childhood. Even from Ghana, here, I was living with Indians. I was living in the ashram, the Jagrati, until I went to Nigeria, also live with Indians and other people before finally going to India to be trained. But I've never seen any Indian flying. We all sit down and do meditation, close our leg in the Padmasa post. We all, the lotus pose, as it's called in English, is Padmasa in Sanskrit. In Padmasa pose, we sit down and we do our meditation, but I've never seen anybody levitating before. And I don't want to deceive myself or anybody to say that they see people levitating. So there is nothing, nobody is levitating. It's all stories. I will tell you our forefathers were levitating. So why can't your forefather, you people learn that from your forefather and then levitate today? There was this guy in Japan called Shoko Asahara who was teaching yoga or this year. They have a very big group that they were levitating. I used to see people jumping their buttocks that they are levitating. Nobody has levitated. He himself has never levitated. At the end of the day, he had a scandal where he killed some lawyers and put them inside acid. And he is serving a jail term, and I think he is supposed to be killed, whether he has been hanged already or not. He has been sentenced to death. No, none of them has levitated. If they would do levitation, then somebody is with camera in such a way that when you jump up, then they shoot you. For that moment, the camera will capture you as in the air. But within the next second, you are falling down. But that one, camera will not shoot. They will not shoot that one again. There is no levitation anywhere. I've never seen anybody levitated. I have been. I told you before where I was trained. When they are doing this thing, what do you call it? The Kumbh Mela, which is every 12 years that the gurus and people walk from all over India and come to sadhus and ascetics all walk from all over India to come to Varanasi to pray at the Hindu temple or at the Ganga Ghat. Nobody is flying in the air. The only thing you see that they have Rasta, and that's it. They are spare ashes on their body, and then that's it. Nobody has levitated. I've not even seen our master levitating before. So please leave those stories. When we are talking about reality of spirituality, go into voodoo and you will see. Okay, then Alec Kwe said, thank you for sharing your wisdom, sir. Do you also personally have any experience with the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram? Yeah, I have a whole lot of books and things that I have studied. I have the Lesser Key of Solomon. I have other books. I even have the Indian magic and I have Indian magic. It's a book, a big book by the Lawrence, which I have. I also have a Secret Law of Magic that is written by a Muslim. I have all these things. The lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. I should have the book of black magic, maybe having that information in it, but I have not practiced it, so I cannot tell about it. Then we have astrology guru. So hello, Togbe. Is Afar African astrology or is it too complex to be thought of in the same way? Afar is a divination tool. It is not astrology. It is beyond astrology. Why do I say so? Because we are not looking into any star before telling you that when the star is in this position and it is in this angle, then this thing will happen. No. Afar is a divination tool which is able to look into God, if I may say, to see what is happening behind the scene that normal human beings cannot see. It is not any position of any star or the position of any particular planet that is telling people what is happening. Afar even has up to the dietary diet, how to eat, what to eat, things you should do in life, and all this. So Afar is beyond astrology. So it is the message from the spirit world or the message from God that we try to scratch and get something. You can't get everything, but you can get something that you can use to move your life and the life of other people forward. So Afa is not astrology. Afa is not astrology. And he thought in the same way, in a superficial way, it seems similar to Vedic astrology. It is possible that it could be Vedic astrology, but you see in the Vedas or in the Vedic time, yeah, there were so many kind of spirituality. Could be that Afa maybe from that time too, and also it may be that it came from Africa to in Asia. I'm not very sure, but Afa is beyond astrology. It's beyond numerology. It is beyond palmistry. It is it is a mathematical discipline because some school of thought say God is a mathematics. That's why even the word ashram in Sanskrit is representing maths. Okay, so Apa is a mathematics actually, where figures of binary 1212 or 020202 0101 becomes the whole thing. It is the same base like how computer is formed. That's why some computer companies called the Oracle also existed. I think they are still existing. Yes, it is the Oracle. It is based on binary. That's what Afa is. It's a mathematics. But when you, but then if the mathematics, let's say like in Hebrew Kabbalah, where the number 4 represents some God, and then the number 2 also represents some entity or some deity, and then as it was said, and then up to about number 72 that being represented. That's how Afa is. So Afa is a little bit like figures. It's a figurative divination, and it has nothing directly with astrology. Maybe sometime in some story they will tell you that something had happened at this time, and the sun and the moon and thunder and all this. They have come to compete to see who is most powerful and all this. There's some of the story, but it is not astrology. It's totally beyond astrology. It is to know and study the mathematical this and know each story that comes with the mathematics. Then when you have the divination chain and it is properly prepared, the divination chain is prepared with certain herbs that can make the divination chain to be able to pick whatever you had spoken on your money. And it is not like a joke. It will pick it and tell you exactly what is happening in your life. Okay. Then we have again. Thank you very much, Astrology Guru, for that question. Then we have Anita de Assis. It's Mirale Aka Nida B. Thank you and blessings to you. Good to see you after all this time. Thank you very much, Anita de Assis. And then we have Alekwe. Are there African practices that can help with building up the spiritual body of light? Which one is light? When you say spiritual body of light, what do you mean by that? Alek, I don't understand. You can come again and let me know what you mean by the spiritual body of light. Haven't you ever heard me that I say God is not light? It's only in religion that God is light. Someone who has created, or the energy that has created light, and you are telling us that thing is also light. If it has a power to create light, where was it before creating light? Don't you see that it was in darkness? Anyway, let me go to Clubhouse. We haven't gone to Revolution and all this,
Okay.
Okay, let me go finish the Clubhouse. We have Sundiata saying that is it possible to know your totem without initiation? When you say totem, what do you mean? To know your spirit? How can you know your spirit if you are not initiated? That thing that is being done in the diaspora, where people will say they know your head spirit and they give you to say, we don't do that in our every do. We don't do that in Afa. Until you are initiated, you cannot know anything. You can read from people, you can hear stories of people, but for you to know, you need to be initiated. And then we have Zia Bahuden say, greetings, Papa. Greetings to you, Zia. And then we have Zia Bahuden say, I'm working. What is the importance of Bokor Legba? The Bokor Legba is when you are initiated into Afa. You will be given your Bonli. Bonli means your destiny, the path of your destiny.
Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to you, wherever you are at this moment. Thank you very much again to coming to join the live question and answer section from African Magic Temple Revolution on Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse, on TikTok, and also on Zoom. Thank you all very much for coming and joining the section today. I'm Christopher Voncujovi, your host. Thank you very much. I'll pour libation, and then after the libation, we can start interactions. Thank you very much. Oh, Maduago Zeto. Mayo Mauga Sobolisa, Mayo Mauga Kitikata, Mayo Mauga Se. Sejoto, Amejoto, Senanuame, Setenanuame, woman of every maybe an undocon of a view, Benolo. If maybe an woman of a view, singing my own Maduago. Mayo must shame for a shop, semi for a shop, Meduago. You are Braxas, Abraxas, Mayos, Yatrakudogo, Yatadreta, Vimacuna, oh, Vesoton, oh, Vesoton, oh, Vesoracago. Mayo, Miano Zoje, and you do so Kakachikas Bogia, the remainder of Fabia Blamilla, Quia Blamilla. You do hold on Mayora Kakakil, when you're in Bamajo Flora for flying Bamaduadi cow, when you're living at the coup, at the car. Oh, Mayo, a kind, but you were kind, only over kind of overkind, so kind, drop overkind, and you overkind of overkind if you overkind, and you're overkind. Very by remember, I just do lock of a you fit over something does you. Maybe no doubt how bound the world. Sango, we haven't clearly looked for her, and you're a kill job, but that Jomaku. For come over you. Your job, but that Jomaku. A Pokemon Volomojo Chima Volo do me with you, Kokulu, toilet for me. When you hear Velo, when you met Twayamu, Mojo, Toa, and quite a Peveni, will pay a Macbetova Joe. Two so played woman not a miracle. So, but I barely happy a Jovon Vajo, a job at our fear. Metronomic Beda Molo, I be my way a lady. And no, I need a femia, a jolo. Jopatanya, the Pemayo, Missima Bodge, due to the wedding time, well, it is Ulu Ajima, or which blow Roger from comment. Valentiva Family, Valo Jonah Pufu, Agosapa Temayo, Tigelimayo, Kurubu Mayora can la fear. Emayo, Amagas Segaja, Papa Sese, Tawagaje. Oh, Mayo, Brahini Mayo Bochi, Mayong, fully cocoa, Moreka Gomle, Kuchakuma Komala, Tabanyo. Kutumene Fanami. Tony Kosi Poku Akubia no Yakoso Goku Funiko Geje. Tassinyamu, Sifusi, Jam Kosa, Bracobra, Mamma Bojim, but Tobinaku Kofi, Tobinakubia, Mensa, Mamma Yadure, the Pecuno. Kutumene Fanami. Mayong, a Fenia Celestine, Yakubia Katrina, Kubia, Funia, Secondo Funia, Ben Akubia, Kutume. Mayomia strong. I won't go at church for Kubia. Mayo, Cecilia Pene Catepements. Kutumene Fanami Bubu. Mayo, Komla Atideke. I will not tuji, Bokor tuji, Tabutuji, Mayo Kinikin has some punch of barrels. Kutumene Fan, Bokor Daffy so far who are bovi. Bokor Facha wa joge. Kutumene Fanami Bubu. Mayo who back. Let me have a gun to be a maze. Kutumene Fanami. Mayo Bokor. You talk when I need to legislate Abraham given le chami. Mayo. With your tossing on Kabila Benra, see a cotton Kutumene Fanami. Mayo Daniel Evic Marella Baro. Yo Amega Emmanuel Koku and Tovi and Kaima Kutumene Fano. Mayo happy. A costa baji Kutumene Fanami. We are three review, Brian, you get you could be a big brain view. Who you may battle your lungua. View, Teshi view. Never take Kutumene Fanami. Mayo, about you, Sacra, Cabacho, O Franta Manio Fifinium, Kuma Bisim Crow, Coffee Jabaku. Chotua Coffee John Coffee at Tracable. Mayo Tobe, ang bato ba vodu to Toraho, Sapasa, the cleaning water cushion. May have like the Macbeth and Cochino, which I jam, which in my phone, which is chief. I have my dear, but I can get a yet Basaji, dear Baza. I could over the Basaji, a tidy dear Baza. We knew will it be. They may talk about Lumachori how. Maybe I'll be. Good. By the pen, that's right, baby. Play a supply for it. For a supplying Baman do the cow. Very good. I got it home. If it at home. Look at our flacoda, Akubabia. Look at our flacoda, Baconin. You don't know what Quaconin. kata fla kura benela ko ben eta ko kata fla kura ko asori ko nyunye eta ko ala o tuju akoma tuju ala o tuju ye we Voncujovi ni tuju Sambiaga bon va me flasi ahone malonu mi va me flasi la pare kame natape ehodu vori beto a jokele votin tiu sakla to ke edu pochi bo kamento ele gbesi na chona ma to si na chona ma mi wa to si na chona la ge o si na chona ame yora ka o so bonu para oto afanye me vodu peti ya mi edu akosia ya fama gun na fama ma jesu popes pepeto ma so le me da pa vidi me yo pali gbe meji eku meji woni meji ti meji su meji mari meji abla meji akla meji guda meji sa meji ka meji tripa meji tula meji lete meji che meji pali che tula me yo crema vire che lo fatto ma do qua metto la na tape e bulu me chozo para na kokuru video ko tu me do bana meji peji do berarti meja ya di fejir ju ko na batine kuri daru sebeke na tikuna bakona to ne dai ya me jo bakona yere ba jo mi chiri nya bo mi gbe nya bo kura tagbara tagbara ma ya mere to me ya gba na to ma na Yes, we are starting from YouTube, and we have Charlotte Panel say, "Good morning, Papa," and AMT. What is the creation story of voodoo? I don't know any creation story of voodoo. Every groups may have their own creation story. But in my place where I come from, there is no story of any creation. All that we know is that God is nature. And nature is God. Whether there's any creation, there's no creation. I don't know so much about that. And then we have the Baba Edward Craig is a Lachelu Papa and all AMT. Thank you very much, Baba Craig. Thank you very much for joining the section. And then we have Timi Nyambe, say greetings, Papa, and the AMT family. Looking forward for today's live session. My blessings of they have continued to be with you, watching you live from Zambia. Thank you very much, Timmy. We are very grateful that you joined the section. Yes, we will all be learning from one another today. Thank you very much. And now we have switched on to TikTok, and we have Greyhan saying hi. Thank you. And then we have Ibrahim Mega saying good evening, Godfather. Thank you, Ibrahim. How are you? And Greyhan, how are you? We have Nana Ajay Pilan. So remember me, Daddy. Remember me in your prayers. Thank you very much, Nana Ajay. Thank you. That's all that we have for that place.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to Facebook. Let's see if we have something. We have a DJ say, hey, hi, Papa, please. When protection is done, does it protect you from physical and spiritual attacks? That's why it is called protection. It is supposed to protect you from physical as well as spiritual attacks. But when the protection is done, that doesn't mean that you go and stand in front of a car and see whether a car can kill you or not. That will be your stupidity and you will die. Whether you have protection or you don't have protection. If you are stupid, you will die. It is not that when you have a protection, that means you have to be stupid in your actions. Then DJ again, can any spirit be used for protection or only warrior spirits? It depends. Any spirit can protect you if it is a protection spirit. It's not necessarily a warrior spirit. But if the spirit is a protection spirit, then of course it can protect you. But it's not all spirits are protection spirits. Some spirits are for attraction. Some spirits are for love. Some spirits are for helping you to attain heights, physical heights and spiritual heights in the things you do. So it's not every spirit that is a protective spirit, and it's also not every spirit that is an attraction spirit. So that's it. So it's not, if the spirit is a protection spirit, then that one can protect you. And if it is not, then you cannot use it for protection. But you cannot use an attraction spirit for protection if it is not having protection within it. Then DJ Papa, you the best. If not you, then who else will give us this much insight? May God bless you and give you long life. Thank you very much, DJ. I'm very grateful. Those are the things we have so far. Is right. Okay. So please send in your questions and other things, and I will try as much as possible to answer what I can answer for you. Okay. So play some videos. Give me the remote control. Yes. I think it's somebody. Hello, Sayam. Hebrew and the Jewish Kabbalah, and the Shem Hamforash and the Semi-Forash are the 72 gods or spirits, entities, or principalities, call them whatever you like. They are the 72 holy names. And when they say holy names, people just put it holy names, but they are actually entities, each one on their own. And they all form together what you are calling God. And Jehovah is only one amongst the 72. Jesus or Christ or Jesus, not even Christ, say Jesus or Christ, Jesus, the name is also one among the 72. So the Shem Hamforash and the Semi-Forash are the 72 holy names or the 72 gods that form godhood in the Hebrew Kabbalah. 36 of them rules in the day, 36 of them rule the night. And each one rule for some time and then they change. So when you study Kabbalah, you will know which hour. There is this chart called the infirmaries. When you go into the infirmaries, you will see the hours that this. For those of you who are on Clubhouse, who are here, please, you can also ask questions. And sometimes when you are doing some spiritual people on TikTok, you have the can also ask questions. You will inculcate it into your work. So I think I have Zia Bahudin. Say greetings, Papa. Greetings to you, Zia. Thank you very much for joining the section. And then we also have Zia again. Say blessings to you, your family, the elders and AM team members. May you be strong and able for many, many years to come. Ashe. Thank you very much, Zia. I'm very grateful for that. And may we all live long, the Shem Hamforash are the that we can spread the message of the ancestors, our ancestors, to the people who are yet to wake up. Thank you very much. And Zia Bahudin say here, how do you say Ashe in Ewe language? We say Ache, Elache, or Ache. It's the same. Ashe, but in everyone you put A-T-S-E. A-T-S-E means Ache. Thank you. And then Zia Bahudin, I say, are there any books you suggest to improve on learning Ewe? Zia, I think there are so many apps
Google
and
was talking about
internet
the Shemham
that teaches
meaning the
AV.
explicitly
So you can
is originally a
get apps.
thanatic term describing the tetragrammaton. And you know, tetragrammaton is also called is God.
There are so many
And the same is the pentagram.
apps or AV learning apps on Google and other things. So you can choose any of them
In Kabbalah,
and
it
you'll be
may
able to
refer
learn
to a
some
name
AV.
of God
I don't know,
composed
there is an
either
AV dictionary,
4,
AV English dictionary that was made about
12,
5 years ago by
22,
Jobo.
40,
I don't know
or
whether
72 letters. The letter
what do you
version
call it?
is
I don't know whether it
common,
is
which
on
is
the net or not, but I have not really seen the book myself. But
So
I heard it's a very
tetragrammaton is simply
good AV book. So
called
please
meaning of different
go on the
entities
net and you will
or
find.
constitutes in the Kabbalah. So I had studied Kabbalah at one time in my life. So
Where you are calling Sarah?
put all these
I have to hang up first. Who is somebody is doing this one? What is this one?
because
Last
last
week,
week
we're showing the Abraxas,
they belong to all of us.
Shemham Fresh. Sorry.
Okay.
No,
Yes,
don't
when
don't
you're
change
talking
that
about-
part.
So now you are
That
showing it
where
again.
Yod
Yes,
Heh is there.
So now I'm talking, so some people are not hearing me.
Yes, I was calling Serum to
No,
change it.
telephone. Okay, then. So, it is one of the
Okay, so those of you on Facebook and YouTube, I was reading the messages from Zia Bahudin, and he said, "Greetings, Papa," and then he went on to say, "Blessings to you, your family, the elders and AMT members. May you be strong and able to for many years to come." Ashe, and Zia Bahudin went on to say, "How do you say Ashe in every language?" And I said that Ache, A-T-S-E, we say Ache. Then Zia went on to say, "Are there any books
Please increase the microphone speed.
you suggest to improve on learning AV?" And I was also saying that there are so many apps on Google that you can go on the net and then you will find AV teaching apps and basic words in AV. And also I was just speaking about the dictionary that was made by Jobo, something Jobo. And that one also is in the market. I'm not sure. I don't know that. I'm not sure. I don't know whether it is on the net or not. But I heard it's a very, very good book. I have not have a copy myself yet, but I heard it's a very good book. So all these ones can teach you every language. And then we have a Freedom 5169. Is it possible for Daddy to answer questions about dreams? It depends. I'm not a dream interpreter. So I'm Freedom 5169. I'm not a dream interpreter. That's not my work. But if you say it and the ancestors or the things I work with give me an idea what it means, I will tell you. But naturally, I'm not a dream interpreter. Is it dream interpreter, let's say? Or dream?
Yeah, there's dream interpreter, and then there's
Dream what?
there's another gypsy.
I think it says dream interpreter.
Okay.
I think that's enough.
Yes, please.
Yes, this. Thank you. And then we have Timmy Nyambe in Zambia. Say, "Papa, why is it that most pastors and prophets, after they get powers from African spirituality, please, they come back and speak evil about the same people who have given them power?" Timmy, I don't know why, but my belief is that Christianity is a business.
religion in general is business, where a human being try to play part of to play God at the same time trying to let other people know or think that God passes through him alone to tell them what is happening in heaven or in hell. So, since it's an acting scenario, a scene, the people have to act all the time. See, the number of people that pastors have been healing in church, there are many. Some, their hands are run inside, but the pastor will try to talk to God, and God will help him to pull that hand out. And from this church, that same person whose hand has been pulled out will again to go another church, their hand will still go inside, and another pastor will pull it out. And then it's like business, you know. And if you are stupid, you continue following them because you don't know much better. So, if a pastor comes to a traditional priest and was taught and introduced to spirituality, yes, because religion is not spirituality, and is introduced to spirituality and he has some spiritual insight and knowledge and wisdom. Yes, of course, since he or she is a business person or they are business people, who are they doing the business with? They are doing the business with their congregation and people who go to them. So definitely, he is not going to lose you as a customer. So for that reason, there is no way he should tell you that, oh, if you go to your roots, you could get the same power that I have or this same information that I have. So there is no way he should disturb his own business by telling you where he empower himself from, because he's in business, just like somebody going to buy tubers of yam. I don't know whether in Zambia you have yams, and they go to the bush, to the farmers, and buy the tubers of yam, and then the person bring it to the city to sell to people who can buy only 1 or 2 yams. You think that the person who is going to the bush to collect the yam or buy the yam from the farmers is going to tell you that, okay, I bought from this one, I bought from that one, so you can go here and buy, and don't buy my own. No, it will not happen. That's why business is secrecy. Somebody knows where to get some goods. You cannot tell the whole public that this is where I'm getting it. He has to come and supply you, and then you buy. And that's it. If you want to go to the bush, you tell you there are snakes and other things there. If you are not careful, you go there, they bite you. It's your own problem. It's your own fault. So you being scared will go to the bush, but you'll be buying from him. Just like when the white man came to Africa, the time Asians didn't know so much about Africa. Procter and Gamble and all these companies, they are multinational companies. They were buying goods from Africa and trading with the world. Cocoa, coffee, and you just mentioned it, copper, and all these things that we know that are in Africa. And what do they tell the Asians or the other part of the world about Africans? The Africans are cannibals. They eat people, they sleep in trees, and they are evil people. So you as an individual or a group of people won't be sure on yourself that you want to visit Africa, because we know that the Africans, they eat human beings. But the man who is telling that Africa has been eating human beings, he has been coming and going, and nobody has eaten him yet. Yet still, human beings don't think to ask that question, that if the Africans eat a human being, so why they did not eat you? But he's going to be telling the whole world that, listen, like this political who about in Niger and France. Niger is permanently in darkness and poor, and France is very bright and a rich person. What do you think the French have been telling their citizens? Africans are very poor and we are helping them. And we are loaning them money for them to eat. They are sick people, they don't have money, they don't have anything, they're hungry. So we need to feed them. But with this few days, we have realized that it's actually Africa who is making, or Niger is the one making France to get light. And when Niger decided that they will not supply uranium anymore, some parts of France have gone into darkness. So that is the same situation with the pastor, what do they call them? Members of church. Your pastor can never tell you that he or she is getting power from somewhere. So if they also know where you are getting power from, why won't they go there than coming to you? It's business. So to me, that's the reason why pastors or religious people who go to traditional people to get knowledge and wisdom cannot tell their congregants and other people that they had gone there. This is simple as ABC. And the thing he went on to say, most of these pastors profess with evidence of practicing voodoo in the church. In turn, they stop and block other people from us accessing African spirituality by calling the source of powers evil. Exactly. This is what I was trying to explain. It's the same thing that the Europeans have always said, Africa is a poor country. People are poor in Africa. But yet still, they come here, take gold, diamond, uranium, just mention them, copper, cobalt, and all these things. They are taking them from Africa, and they are making use of them in their countries, and then they are telling their country citizens that Africa is poor, so they should donate to send to Africa to eat. The day Africa will become wise and awake and stop sending anything or everything of our soil, our ores, timber, and everything to the European world, that's the time that we will know who is poor and who is rich. Thank you very much, Timmy, for that question. And then Freedom 569, 5169, what does it mean if you miss a telephone call in a dream? I don't know. Honestly, I cannot tell what it means you miss a telephone call in a dream. But I believe very strongly it could be just the same way, like in the physical world, when you miss a call, that means somebody wanted to tell you something, but you missed it. So, in the physical world, you can call back to find out why the person was calling you, and you missed the call. But unfortunately, in the dream world, you can't go back into your dream and say, I missed my call, I want to call back. That's the unfortunate thing about it, but I believe very strongly it is something that some information was supposed to be coming to you, but you missed it. That's all that I can say. Yes, and then we have Timmy Nyambe saying the sound is good. Thank you very much, Timmy. I'm grateful. Please, I'm sorry my voice is low today, but I believe you can all hear me clearly.
Increase the volume. Please, Papa, we have increased the volume.
Okay. Okay, maybe increase the volume for you to hear. It's rather unfortunate that that's how today is. Yeah. I'm just recuperating from my illness, and I don't have the energy too much, but I am managing it, and I believe with time I'll get better. Thank you all. Yes. Timmy Nyambe is Timmy Nyambe. They are greedy people. Thank you, Papa, and thank you too for the question, because we are all learning. And then we had our brother Michael James say Alafia and blessings to you, Baba, and everyone around the world watching. May today bring us plenty of blessings and knowledge and wisdom to share with one another who seeks guidance. Ashe, thank you very much, Michael James. I'm very grateful to you for that message. May the ancestors and the gods of your fathers continue to strengthen you and give you wisdom and knowledge. May they give you good health, and may all of them keep supporting you and bring good things into your life. Thank you very much for the message. I'm grateful. We are all grateful. And then we are back onto TikTok. We have a Princess Lami. He said, Daddy, how are you? Princess Lami, I am good, and how are you? It's a long time. Yes, may I know who is this Princess Lami? Let me see the picture. Mariam, I thought so. By looking at the picture, I thought so. Yeah, how are you, Mariam? Yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you for a long time. How is life with you? I hope everything is going on well with you. Thank you very much for joining the section. Okay, so yes, Mariama, you can call me after the section. I'll be off from 6:30. You can give me a call. It's been a while. Thank you very much. And then we have okay, Prince Lami said, this is Mariama, your goddaughter. Yes, I can understand. Thank you, dear. Yeah, then we have African thing. Baba, can you teach me about spiritual? African, what spiritual do you want me to teach you about? What I'm teaching here is all about spirituality, and I believe you can learn from whatever we are learning here. We post a question and there's some answer I can give, then I'll give. So we are all learning. Thank you very much. Then let's see. That's all that we have for now. Okay. Then Timmy Nyambe will say, Papa, what was the name of the God before the coming of Christianity, to come to Africa? Now you see, every culture in Africa, and for that matter in the whole world, has gotten a name for God in their own language. Let me start from Yoruba land or Nigeria before coming to my people. In the Yoruba land, I think God is called Oluwa. Some dialects in Yoruba language will call him Olorun. And I believe very, very sure that there are so many other names for God, even within the Yoruba language. And when you move from the Yoruba land to Efwa land, it is called Mau. And Mau is also spirits, or the Vodus are also sometimes referred to as Mau. That's why in Ewe, then the four people call Vodus also Mau, and they call God also Mau. Then the Ewes also call God Mau, and they call the Ewes call Vodus also Mau, just like the four people. Then from there we come to the Ga people, who at the coastal area plain of Ghana. They also call God Mau. And then some dialects in Ga language call God Nyongwa. But then it's not just one name, it's a double name. Atanya Nyongwa means God is man and woman. And then we go into the Akan, which are also part of Ghana, who are also part of Ghana, or the major tribe say in Ghana, the Akan tribe, or we call God Onyami. Some people also call the same Akan. Some people call Onyankopon. And I think that is it in every culture. I don't know how your culture, what is the name of God in your language in Zambia. So every culture and every language in the world have the name of God in that language before Christianity or Islam came to Africa. That's why our people had been worshipping God long before Christianity and long before Islam. There are some extracts from King Leopold of Belgium, who, when sending Christians to the Congo, told them that when you go there, don't teach these people about God, because these people, they know God already. They don't steal, they don't cheat, they don't kill, and all the evils that we do in our area, they don't do it. So when you go there, the only thing you should do is try to discourage them from their juju, which is a proof that even the European who had interacted with Africans knew that Africans knew God long time. There is no doubt that they came and told us that their God is much stronger than our God. And if we pitch our tent with their God will protect us more than our gods were protecting us. And I think this is what has changed the narrative of the African trying to, because everybody wanted greater protection. So if there's a God that can protect me more than the one I have, what is wrong of me going towards that God? And this is where it has changed our narratives, or the narrative of the belief in our gods and the work our gods have been doing for us. We stop asking our gods to protect us, and we believe that there is a God in the sky who is looking down on all of us. It was presented to us by the white man, the European. But what our people didn't know at that time was that we didn't know that the Europeans were like cunning dogs. Just like in my language, the white person, which I think in East Africa is called Muzungu, in our language is called Ayevu. And the word Ayevu, literally translated, means a cunning dog, a dog that will pretend as if it's a friend, yet when you turn your back, it will bite you. That is what the name we call the European in our local Ewe language, Ayevu. Now, people say Yovo, but the real name is Aye, which means cunning, trickish. Afu means dog. So when we say Ayevu, our ancestors realized that these people came in peace, but actually they were not peaceful people, they were robbers. They came to rob, and they pretend to be friends. So the name of God in my language is Mawu. Thank you very much, Tim, for that question. Yes, we are going back on TikTok, and we have NBA Young.
Good evening.
say MBA Young, they have some HT,
Yes, please, Papa.
KW, I don't know what it, okay. They're saying good evening, sir. Hello, NBA Young. And then the NBA Young went on to say, Papa, I want to know more about myself. NBA Young, if you want to know more about yourself, you have to consult a spiritualist, not on a live program. So on a live program, nobody can tell you about yourself because we don't know you. So there's nothing I can tell you about yourself. I don't know you. Thank you. And then we went on to
Iya Ife Israel.
there's a name here, Iya Ife Isra E1867 and all allodial. Okay. Say ye are God's, God is within. Okay, thank you. So that's what Iya Ife Israel is saying, that ye are God's, God is within. Thank you very much for that. And then we have Stella in Tanzania. Tanzania will call God Mungu. You see, that is it. So that means in Tanzanian, one of the dialects in Tanzania, the name of God is called Mungu. So, in that sense, that means there are people who knew God long before Christians brought whatever they call God to us. So they have a name for their God in their language called Mungu. Thank you very much, Stella, for that one. And then we have Austin Begg Jr. GH. Say, who is God himself? Austin Begg Jr. GH. How do you know whether God is a man or is a woman? And he has to be himself. Why not herself? Let's move on. And then we have okay, that's all that we have from that one.
Stella.
Okay, Stella is saying, Daddy, I will call you after the live, please. Thank you very much, Stella. I will be expecting your call. Thank you. Somebody is saying you want to invite to speak. I think Typecaster, probably the message has gone, but they say invite to speak. That's why.
Same.
Yeah, it's the, how do you invite
Okay.
this one? Samuel, how do you invite him?
Okay, let's say
TH TIH.
please, Papa, let me
Call him. Call him. That's why we're having there.
please check Clubhouse. Someone called Typecaster wants to
Speak.
So please invite him and give him permission. Okay.
So we have Typecasters. I have a question. Can I come up? Yes, Samuel, you can. So they will just bring you up now, so we can listen to you. Thank you very much. Okay, we have Kwabena Buachi Yado. Can a spell be cast on someone living abroad because people say spells can't cross the sea? If we believe that the wind can blow from the Sahara Desert or from Europe across the Sahara and come to us here in the coast, then spells can be cast around the whole world. If you believe that you can call someone in America with your telephone here and the person will be able to receive your call, then spiritual spell can also be cast across all seas and oceans. I don't know Kwabena Boachi. Haven't you heard many times that people say they came to Ghana and when they left and went back to wherever they are staying abroad, bad things started happening to them. If spirits could not cross the sea, why is it that when they were going, the spirits did not drop down and fell into the sea? How were they able to go with whatever was cast upon them, whether it was cast here or was cast over there, and they were suffering? The universe is unlimited, and spirits are universal. They have no anything like time, space, or person. They can be anywhere at any time if they choose to or they are directed. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, but the person wants to talk. Can you? Okay. So please, he has invited as a speaker. Okay. Please, Papa, he has been invited.
Okay, so Samuel, you can go ahead and talk. They say you are invited, so go ahead, typecaster. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my question is that so I know a Bokor use Gumaga.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct.
Okay, does a Bokor ever use cowrie shells?
Yes, because use cowrie shells. Even I am here, I use Gumaga, and sometimes I use cowrie shells. Even Bokors who use Gumaga also sometimes use cowrie shells to check very simple questions and answers. Once the cowrie shells are properly prepared, they also talk. So a Bokor who is using Gumaga also sometimes use cowrie shells. It's okay. But there are some Bokors who do not have Gumaga. So they may be using cowrie shells as in place of Gumaga, but it cannot be as accurate as Gumaga. Because I know a friend who is also a Bokor, but he uses cowrie shells in his reading. But cowrie shell reading, cowrie shell afar readings cannot be as accurate as using the divination chain, which we call Gumaga, and then Nigerians call it Opele. The Gumaga is chained together, so when it falls in a very particular pattern. Whereas when you use the cowrie shell, you put 4 in your right hand and 4 in your left hand, and you put it down. Sometimes when you put it down, it cannot fall well, so you yourself will have to try to arrange them. That arrangement can distort the accuracy of the reading. That's why it is advisable, if you're going to do Fa or you're going to do Afa divination, the best way is to use the Gumaga. Then it will be accurate, especially when the Gumaga is prepared properly with the correct herbs.
Okay, thank you. My next question is, I'm just going to use the word diviner. Is there any diviners in Ewe tradition that use 16 carat shells?
No Ewe diviner that I know use 16 cowrie shells, unless of course if that diviner has studied the Yoruba Mary Dilogun, if that person has gone out of the Ave way and studied the Mary Dilogun, which is another form of Ifa, or what people call the Dilogun, then that person can use that 16 cowrie shells to do divination. In the Ave cowrie shell using that I have seen over the years, for all these years that I've been practicing voodoo, they use mostly 4 cowrie shells and the maximum of 7 cowrie shells, because most Aves, especially the central Aves, are not into Afa. We are directly dealing with spirits, invisible entities, what people may call voodoo, but in my area they don't even call it voodoo, they call it Bokor, spirit. And that's what we deal with, and we are not dealing with Afa very much. So you few people in the central, northern central areas who use Afa. But some of us, we have gone out of our way to learn it, because my grandfather, who is my father's father, he was initiated into Fa. He was a Fa Bokor as well as a voodoo priest or voodoo Huno. So me too, when I grew up, I decided to look for Fa. The majority of our people do not even know about Afa. If they need anything concerning Afa, then they will go to people who have Fa. But most of those people do not directly come from my area. They are settlers. So the Aves usually use 4 or 7 cowries. That's what I do.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are very much welcome. Thank you to Tidecaster. Okay, we have a Shamba. What is the one at the top? You didn't like it. Okay, submit it. Okay, you have Bokor Shamba Musa Muhammad is saying follow. Say good afternoon, Papa. I hope you are well. Yes, Shamba, I'm getting well slowly. I'm much better than last week. I'm grateful. And how are you? And how is the family? How is your mom and dad and your big brother? I hope they are all fine. Thank you very much for joining the section. And then we have Johannes Mikael. Say hello, Papa. I hope you are doing well, sir. Yes, I am doing very well. Johannes Mikael is reaching us from Namibia. Thank you very much, Mikael. I'm okay. Hope you and your family are fine too. Thank you very much for joining the section.
Africa Magic Temple.
Say?
Please, we are on Africa Magic Temple.
Okay, we are on Africa Magic Temple on Facebook. We have a Kobina Boachi Yadomage. Thank you so much, Papa, for your reply. My friends were arguing with me here in the UK. Well, let them argue. They have not seen anything yet. When people who experience things are the best people to tell, because experience is always the best teacher. If someone tells you that spirits cannot cross oceans and rivers, then the person doesn't know what they are saying. So how come I was able to go all the way to Germany and Netherlands recently with my spirits, and went to the Catholic Museum and the Presbyterian Museum to go and pray to the voodoos that they have stolen from our ancestors?
People outside of
Yeah, we are always people who even consult us, and we did a reading for them. When we do the Vosa or the necessary rituals here, it takes effect over there in wherever they are in the world. So the truth about life is in experience. When you don't experience, you will only be telling things. And why is it that pastors, when they are praying, somebody is in Abruchi and they are praying towards the person, and we pray for you even if you're in Abruchi, if spirits cannot cross rivers? Anyway, thank you very much, Bachi.
Please, Papa, we are going to
we are going back to TikTok. Yeah. We did they give food to the birds already?
Let me check.
Because I was telling Gaddafi, but I don't because this people they forget things because I didn't hear them on the roof. Anyway, we have Austin Berg Junior GAG because we have been told that God is a man who was really born on Saturday and he's called Kwame. I don't think that's what Akan philosophy Akan mythology said that God was a man born on Saturday. Okay, maybe I don't know much, but I don't think God is a man. But at the same time, everything is God. So if they say God was born on a Saturday, it's called Kwame. And maybe that is in Akan. In Ewe, we don't have any day that God was born. God was born every day, and God was born on no day. So we will just call it God. We don't call him Kwame. I know the Akan said Chodi and Paul Kwame. And you know this Chodi and Paul Kwame. Something Kwame. Yeah. We the Eves, we don't have any day that God is Kojo or Kosi or Kwame or is Kofi. No, we don't call God any day. But there are some spirits have certain days, like this mirror here is called Kofi Jabaku. So it's a Kofi. But then this is not God, it's a spirit. But then the combination of all the spirits in the universe is what form God. Thank you very much, Austin Berg Jr. GH. And then we have Iya Ife Israel again. I say thank you. All is feminine that produce the eggs and feminine until after 9 weeks. Then chromosomes XY is masculine and XX is feminine. However,
I think the message was cut short.
The message because it was too long, so it didn't come all. But thank you very much for that. Iya Ife Isra, we are grateful to you. No, I don't want to associate God with any gender, whether God is a man or God is a woman. I don't know. But in our culture, every culture, we have Sobo and Lisa together as one. That's why we call Mauga, the great god Sobo Lisa. And people were saying that the Sobo is the male aspect and Lisa is the female aspect, just like in Ga where we have Ata na Nyombo, which means Ata is the male, Na Nyombo or Na is the female, so the two of them form God. Just like in Hinduism, I have learned in Hinduism that there is a Shiva and Shakti. Shiva being the male energy and Shakti being the female energy. The two of them form God. That's why Shiva Shakti Atmakam Brahma. The two of them that form God. So in every culture there is a belief that God is not a gender entity, but if they are going to ascribe gender to God, then God is male and female. It is only in the European culture where machismoism, male, what do you call it, man being the most powerful, then God became powerful, or God became man. It is coming from European culture, because they brought this new God to us, and it is only man. But then in most of our local languages and words, I think God is both male and female. You can even say God is a hermaphrodite, whereby he's not one gender. Yeah, so thank you very much, Ife. Thank you very much for that. Then we have Bohini.
Sorry.
What did you do before the question got lost? Yeah, you see. Go down small. Yeah, you see. So Bohini Nyako. Bohini Nyako. I have not come to you before, but you look very great, man, like your bunch's father. Okay, thank you very much. I'm grateful to that. And then we have Israel again. Same as we are gods, we are demons or geniuses. We must balance. I agree with you very much, Israel. Yes, we are night and we are day. And if day is regarded as light and night is regarded as darkness, that means we are both day and night. And if night will be regarded as evil, demonic, then we are. And if light will be regarded as light and good, then we are. So I strongly believe that mankind is both good and bad. We are day and night, darkness and light. Thank you very much for that. And then we have Israel. What is that symbol behind you, and what does it represent? The symbol behind me is our logo. It represents what we do here. We have an axe, we have a bracelet, and we have what do you call it? We have the cowries, and then we have the Udwifa in there. So it all represents what we do here, and that is our African Magic Temple logo. It's a registered logo. Yeah. Thank you. And then we have Austin Berg Junior GH. Say, Papa, please, in my locality, we've been told that God is a man who was born on Saturday and is called Kwame. Yes, I agree with you. That's what your locality says. But then in other localities, nobody told them that God is a man and was born on Saturday. The other localities may even have God born on Friday or even born on Sunday. Even, in everything. Why do Christians go to school, go to church on Sundays? They have their reason. So every culture has their reason why they say something is different from another one. So thank you very much, Austin Beck. Let's go. Then African is saying, how are you? Can you teach me about spiritual? Yes, African, as I said earlier, that's what we are teaching here. We are not teaching anything than spirituality. Let's move up. And then we have Ngipu Dilo. We are Cindy. So watching from Namibia. Thank you very much, Ngipu Dilo. Very grateful for you joining us. And the Iya Ife Israel is saying yes, duality, mother, father, God. Thank you. And then we have God in flesh. At African, what you wanna learn? Okay, God in flesh is asking African, what do you want to learn? And then God in flesh, Shakti energy is similar to Orisha. Maybe everything is one, only languages are different. Yeah. And then we have Sunshine in Canada saying, hi Papa, good afternoon. What is Afa initiation like? What happens during initiation? Usually nobody will tell you what happens during an initiation. It is not the way that we will tell you that this is what is going to happen. We are not English people. Our spirituality is very, very secretive and sacred, and no one goes on telling what happens during initiation. What about the people who will not take initiation, but by listening to this, tomorrow they will start to say, oh yes, I have been initiated and this and that. So it is not a good thing for me to tell you how Afa initiation is. Afa initiation, all that I can say about it, when you are initiated, you'll be able to come across the blueprint of your destiny. That's all. We are not Christians, we are spiritual people. We are not religious people, and we cannot put our spiritual secrets out there to tell people this is how we do what we do. No, that's not what we are going to use to attract anybody. When the person is ready to learn and get initiated, when they get into the initiations, they will understand what initiation is all about. A lot of time, people who have not been initiated, they do ask this question. You are not the first person. They want to know exactly what happened. No, if you are interested, get initiated and then you know what happens. And then we have God in flesh. He says God is them. Yeah, whatever God is, him, her, or them. I don't know, and I don't care whether God is them, God is he, or God is she, or I don't care. All that I know is that what God asks me to do, or I find the way how I can follow the God so that I can learn from nature. Yeah, I follow God in order to learn. And I don't care whether it's a woman or it's a man or it's them. That's not my problem. And at God in flesh, how to perform miracles and have fresh memory. Okay, that's what African is saying, that we want to how to perform miracles. In spirituality does not teach you. You come spirituality. A real spirituality doesn't teach you how to perform miracles. So African spirituality doesn't teach you how to perform miracles. Who are you performing the miracles to? You want to tell people that you are better than them by doing things that they don't understand so that they respect you? Is that what you want to do miracle? What do you want to do miracle for? What is the purpose of trying to get the spiritual power and do miracle? Tell me. And you say how to have fresh memory. To have fresh memory, it is not anything, it is all herbs. Once you know the herbs that will help you to refresh your memory, you will get fresh memory. Thank you. And then we have Austin Berg. He said, Papa, please, in account, we don't have God as female. Yes, I understand that you don't have God as a female, but you have what they call as a seer. Is that also not God? Okay, let's move on. Then God in flesh, you say, African, what do you consider a miracle? Yes, that's a very good question. God in flesh. Thank you. And then Africa inside God in flesh to heal blind people, and people cannot walk and people cannot hear. Is that all that spirituality is for? To be able to heal blind people and to make people to talk and walk? Is that what all that spirituality is for? Then maybe you will have to join the church. And the church are the ones who are doing those kind of miracles, but I don't know why they don't go to the hospital and be waking people up from their beds and also making people who are not talking to talk and people who are not walking to walk. Why do they keep it inside the church if they are actually performing miracle? They should have been going to all the hospitals in every town, every village, and getting people to walk and to talk and to see. In Ghana, we have the school of the blind. We also have the school of the deaf and dumb. Why the churches and the pastors didn't go there to do miracle? Have you ever thought about that? Let's move forward. And then God in flesh is South African, but you can do that. What's stopping you is the knowledge of how to go about it. I agree with you. There we have Iya Ife Israel. I say thank you, and thank you too for your question. There we have Black Mamba 1 is saying hi. Hello, Black Mamba. Thank you very much. And I say hello, Black Bamba. Okay, Black Bamba. 230 from Liberia. I need power. Can you help me? No, I don't give power. I don't have power myself. So I don't know how I can help you. Let's go on. Oromidayo say what is that is why it is not backed. Okay. I don't understand what you are saying, but you say that is why it's not backed. That's I don't really know. Then African, I want to know how can I contact the spirit. Everything in this world, if you want to have a telephone and be able to speak with another person who has telephone, what do you do? You have to go to a telephone company or go to somebody who sells a telephone and also sells a SIM card. You have to go to a person who sells SIM card and a person who sells telephone. Then you will now have a telephone that you can call other people and be able to talk to them. So if you want to know how to contact the spirits, you must find someone who deals with spirits to show you how to contact spirit. And then we have NBA Young say, Papa, I want to know about myself. Yes, you can know about yourself if you go to a spiritualist who can do the necessary things to show you how to know about yourself. It is not on a social media platform. You can know about yourself. Spirituality is not religion. The person who wants to get involved into spirituality must go to people who know something about spirituality or spirits. Then they can teach you. It is not a social media thing. It's good you accept questions so other people can also know what is going on.
It's loading me to come back.
Is our internet having problem? Because I just loaded it yesterday with 3 days ago with almost 200 and something giga.
We have.
Okay. And then we have African say, how can I believe member of your society? How can I become member of your society, Baba? No, we don't have a membership. This African Magic Temple does not have membership. So there is nobody who is a member of African Magic Temple. However, people who came to us to do spiritual consultation, or people who came to us with certain problems, once we get involved with them, they automatically become part of the shrine. But there is nothing like a membership of this African Magic Temple. Even me who from the organization, I'm also not a member. I am only the CEO and also administrator. That's all. And then we have we have African said to heal blind people. Yeah, why do you want to heal blind people? African, why do you want to heal blind people? So that people will know that you have power. That's what I was saying earlier. If these people who have been healing blind people in the church, we have the school of the blind in my country. We have the school of the deaf and the dumb also in my country. Why none of them had ever gone to those schools to try to heal the people there? You see, there's the scam nature of healing blind and deaf people. It's a scam. It's not real. Because otherwise they would have gone to the schools and heal everybody's child, and the children will be seeing and hearing and talking and go home. Is it not? Why do they have to come to church before they heal them? If you are telling the world that you are healing the sick, you are healing people who cannot see, you are healing people who cannot hear. There's a big school, over thousands of students who are blind. Some cannot talk, some cannot hear, some even they are blind and they cannot hear, they cannot talk. What is stopping the pastors with all the power that they have had, or they say they have, going to those schools and doing miracles so that all the children will start seeing and hearing and talking? There's a lot of cheating and deceit in religion. So please, that's not what we do here. We are dealing with real things at African Magic Temple. And then we have a billionaire say, how can I become a member? Okay, that's it, what I'm saying. And then we have Ngi Pugido Shindi say there's what is black magic? I don't know what black magic is. Maybe when you open the dictionary, you will find what black magic is. And I think that's where how far I can go. Whatever the dictionary tells you is black magic. Maybe that is it. Maybe that is not. So you better look into the dictionary and find what black magic is, because I don't know what black magic is. Let's go on. Then we have a billionaire says, how can I be self-empowered, Baba? I won't become spiritually awakened. Ebo, how you can become a self-empowered is to get to learn, because there's nobody who can become self-empowered without learning. No matter how clever you may be, no matter how much you know, if you don't know something, you have to go to the people who know it, and then such people will teach you. But just by saying I want to be self-empowered, it will only be a talk in the mouth or an idea in your mind. It can never materialize into physical plane unless you go to people who know it and who can teach you, or people who are having experience, then they can teach you. Experience is the best teacher. So if somebody has experience in spirituality, such a person can guide you and advise you. Yeah. Thank you very much. And then we have Afro Gold. So you are right, sir. Thank you. I don't know on what point, but thank you very much. Then we have a Madu
Abuchi.
Oh, Amadu Abuchi. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Abuchi, how are you? And then we have African. Do you know someone I can go to learn spirit? You can look for people in your own area where you are. And when you can, I'm not the only person who teaches about spirituality. And I am not the only person who know about spirituality. And I am not an authority on spirituality. What I teach here is what I have learned in my life. And that's what I teach in African Magic Temple. I'm not a bona fide full authority on spirituality, because spirituality varies from area to area and from people to people. What I know is what I teach. So if you look around the area where you are physically, you can check and you will definitely find someone who may be spiritual. Even your own ancestors, your grandfathers, your fathers, your uncles, your mothers, your aunties, you ask them, and that you want to learn about African spirituality in their culture, in your culture. And I believe very strongly the people who are open-minded will guide you. And if they are not open-minded, you have to continue looking until you find someone who is open-minded that can guide you. So that's what I can tell you. So look for people in your area. And then we have Obapa Sika Papagi. It's saluting us. Thank you very much, Obapa. Thank you very much. And then we have let's go up. A billionaire say, if you are part of the shrine, can you do things for yourself, or will we depend on your assistance? How can you do things on yourself if you don't learn? Or do you think that once you come and you become part of the shrine, you have power? It is until you are self-sufficient and you know what you are doing through what teachings people will be teaching you. It's what makes you know. And then, of course, I was also taught one day by somebody. Am I not here today teaching people? But if you don't know, what are you going to be self-sufficient or depend on yourself without assistance? Even I, who had been in this spiritual work for the past 40 years plus, I still go to people to learn what I don't know. We are not Christians. I kept saying so. We are not Christians and trying to boast and say that I have power, I can do this, I can do that. That's not what real spirituality is all about. Real spirituality is for yourself or within yourself. This is not for demonstration to the world that I have power. We are not Christians. So, if you want to learn spirituality, you will continue learning until you die. It's a never-ending story. We are not, what do you call this man? That man who is putting cement bag on people's head.
Obini.
We are not Obinim and all this, above war and Ajinasaris and all this. We are not here to prove power to anybody. We are here to develop our own life. That's why when you are a spiritualist, you don't become a millionaire. Because you are not going to be cheating people. You cannot be cheating people when people will be going down and you are going up, and you say that you are a good spiritualist. We don't do that. The real spiritualists are not rich people. They live a very simple life. They are satisfied, and they help other people. They are satisfied.
Yes. Okay. Please stand by. Please, Papa, we have to transition and work on the camera.
Okay. Are we on the logo?
Please hold on. They are now transition. Okay, we're on the logo. Please mute the microphone.
You mute the microphone.
The camera card is full.
And the camera card is full.
Yes, please. So it's displaying an error message, so we want to fix it. Let me back.
How do you fix it? Put that in there, otherwise they can't call you.
Yeah, okay.
So what do you mean by it's full? Well, do we have another card?
Yes, please, Papa. Okay, let me bring the drone back. Wait. Is it saving to the card?
Yeah, because we start the video so that it doesn't go off.
Okay. So
It's gonna take us there.
So after today, try to download everything from the card. So without the card, they cannot. People cannot see.
you can see that after some time
I think we have to start from the other side.
yes, please.
When we were using only our camera, we were not having any problem. When we were using our phones,
Yes,
we were not having these problems.
this is yes, okay. Yes, please, I've started. So can we transition? It will take. Okay, please, Papa, we are live.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. We were a little bit off because we were alerted that our memory was full, and we had to do a very quick thing to get back to you. So I was talking about the no billionaires message. So I was telling you that no matter what you learn or from whom you learn, you can never stop learning. You will always need assistance of other people. We are not pastors, so you don't depend on me. Yeah, nobody depends on me or any of my teachers here. We are always learning. And if you don't understand something, you would have to go to someone that you know that knows more than you. That's all that life is all about. Is the microphone on?
Yes, please, Papa.
You need to know that if someone knows more than you and you want to have that knowledge, you need to approach such a person. So it is not a question of saying that you have to depend on me or not depend on me. My many years of spirituality, I'm still learning every day. When I see something new that I don't understand, I learn. Because
if we want to say the truth that God is omnipresent, which means God is a universal entity, how can I know everything in this world about God and spirits? If somebody in Bangladesh, the way they approach their spirit, and somebody in Nyangpala land, how they approach their God. How I, who is living in Ghana here, talking about Ewe Voodoo, know all about their knowledge. Knowledge is power, everybody says. And to be able to know, you have to learn. So there's nothing like depending on anybody. But if you don't know something, you need to ask someone who knows to teach you. Thank you very much, Ebo Billionaire. And then we have Flames Kitchen. Yeah. Thank you, you High Priest. Good afternoon. Please, how can I see you? Flames Kitchen. Our telephone number is on our profile. You can call. They will book an appointment for you. Then we have 617-54094 sending us love. Thank you very much. Then I have a Nkipudilo. Yeah, Shindi says, sorry, since you don't know what black magic is, what is African magic? African magic is magic that Africans do. That's the name already tells it, so why ask question again? African magic is the spirituality of Africans. They say, what is magic? Magic is twofold. One has entertainment magic, which is the one that you have spelled here. And then another part of the magic is spiritual, which have the K as the ending, not C. That's why if you see the way we spelled our African magic, is M-A-G-I-C-K. What it means is that we are doing spiritual magic, African spirituality. That's why we say we are teaching African traditional spirituality. Thank you. Then we have Iya Ife Israel. Said they were indoctrinated by Christianity and we get no teaching or answers when we ask about spirit. I'm very sure you are very 100% sure. True. We had not been taught in the religious sectors what is God. Because the more you ask questions about God in the religious sector, they will tell you that you are challenging God. And if you are not careful, God will get angry with you. Why should God get angry with you when you don't understand him and you want to ask questions? It's ignorant. When people who are teaching you do not know what they are saying, that's why they will tell you that God will get angry with you. Who told you that God gets angry with people? Thank you very much, Iya Ife. You are very right. And then we have Ngipidilo. I agree. Real spiritualists are not rich people. Thank you. And then we have pages. Okay. Please try and read the comments. We are reading the comments. We are going according to one after the other pages. We don't omit comments here. If the comments is there, we read it. Thank you. Then we have African again. What is black magic and white magic and red magic? I don't know anyone called black, white, red. I only know magic. And magic, if it is spelled with C as the end letter, it is representing entertainment. Like you see in the movies and you see on the television, people performing magic. That is what is called magic. Entertainment magic. And when you see K as a letter that ends the magic, then you know they are talking about spirituality. And spirituality across the board
a universal spirituality in the sense that it can be taught by the Hindus, by the Africans, by the Europeans, by the American Indians, and just mention it, the Chinese, whatever. Most of the time, a magic spelled with CK talks about traditional spirituality of a group of people, be them black, white, yellow, green, or blue. Their spirituality will be spelled with the CK as a magic. What we do at African Magic Temple is we are teaching about African traditional spirituality. And more so, we are teaching about Ewe traditional spirituality, because I am an Ewe and I'm teaching what my teachers and my ancestors have left behind, or they have taught me, and I'm just continuing to teach what they have taught me. However, sometimes we may drift away from African traditional spirituality and go into Hindu traditional spirituality, or maybe to Asian or Oriental traditional spirituality. But the base of our organization is about voodoo, what our ancestors do or did, and we are continuing in their footsteps. That's all that African Magic Temple is. So the word magic, if it's spelled with C as the end word, is talking about stage entertainment. But if it is spelled with CK, K as the end letter, it is talking about traditional spirituality. Thank you very much, African. And then we have a PS blockchain talking about at African, all the same. Thank you. Then we have Ingrid Pudilo. Cindy say thank you very much, and thank you too for the question. We are all learning from one another. Thank you. Then we have Sam GBSL. I love this man, the way he speaks, the way he reacts, and his confidence. Thank you very much, Sam. I'm grateful. And then African said, can African spiritual help us to find people who are gone for many years? Every spirituality, when properly done or taught, can give you secrets and things that you do not understand. It can explain most things that you don't understand to you. If you have lost someone for a very long time, and if the person who is going to do the spiritual practice or do the spiritual rituals, or Vosa as it is called in my language, Ewe language, if the person knows what he's doing, for sure they can locate your lost item, human being, or whatever. They can locate it, whether the person is alive or dead. They will be able to tell you what they have seen, and also probably tell you what you should do if you want to get back those things that you lost. Thank you very much, African. Let's move forward. And then we have pages. Please, do you work for people? Yes, our shrine, that's why I said earlier that people who we work for, people we do spiritual consultation for, and probably do some Vosa for them, such people automatically becomes part of the shrine. We don't have a membership. So that's what it is. So if you will want us to work for you, yes, we will work for you. We have our number up there on our profile. But we do not do work for people who want to cheat other people, who want to steal from other people. We don't do that at African Magic Temple. Thank you. Then we have African against every people from Adam's wife or from Pharaoh people. My grandfather told me that his father was the one who gave birth to his grandfather, to my grandfather. So whether they are from Adam or from Pharaoh, I'm less concerned. I'm not interested whether they are from Pharaoh or they are from Adam. That is not the base of my spirituality. The base of my spirituality is what my ancestors left for me to do. That's what I am doing. And I'm also going to leave it for my children to continue to do and also teach their children. I don't know anything about Adam or Pharaoh. Then we have Bolinko01 say, please, sir, can I stop sperm from penetrating into my body? I don't know whether you can stop a sperm from penetrating into your body. I cannot tell. I am not God and I am not the spirit. I am just human being like you who knows something about spirits and who is teaching about what I know. But to stop sperm from penetrating into your body, I cannot tell because I don't know you. And I don't know what things you have done against someone before spell is cast upon you and is trying to penetrate your body. I can't. What you can do is that you can do a spiritual consultation to find out what you want to know. Thank you very much. Let's go on. We have a Cassidy here, basket on enlightening, so that we open our poor brains up as African because we misled. Yes, thank you very much, Cassidy. We are doing our best here. Thank you very much. And then we have a Bolinko01 again. He said, please say, how can I stop sperm from penetrating into my body? Bolinko, as I said earlier, if you want to stop any negative thing from disturbing your life, the first and foremost is to go to a spiritual person to do a consultation. When you do consultation, the spirit world will direct you and tell you what is happening to you and also give you advice on how to stop it if you are interested in stopping it. The spirit world will give you advice and will tell you things that should be used to prevent what is happening on you or to you. That's what the spirituality is all about. And then we have African again and say, thank you, Baba. You are kind. Thank you also very much for asking the questions. Then we have Sam GBS. Is African traditional tradition against God? How can African tradition be against God when we already have the name of God in our language before the white man? Sam, how can African tradition be against God when we, Africans, we have the name of God in our local languages? What do you call God? What white man came to tell you, is that what you call God? So what about the name of God that your people call God in their language? That one is not God. Is that what you mean? Let's move forward. Or do African traditional beliefs in God? If we don't believe in God, why do we have God in our language? If we don't believe in the Bible, God, that's a different story. But when you say God, do you think that the Bible is the only one that has God story in it? Go to India and find out about the Bhagavad Gita. And they will tell you all about God. Let the Vedas, they will tell you about God. And then when you go into the Buddhist catechism, they will tell you about God. And when you go into the Quran, they will tell you about God. So do you think the Bible is the only one that doesn't believe, that does have God in them? Or the biblical stories are the only stories that has God? What about the stories that you were told when you were growing up about God? Do you think that Israel is the only place that there is God? Don't you hear that the Israelis recently have passed a law that anybody who is trying to convert people into Christianity should be arrested and jailed? Don't you also know that Christianity is a European religion and has nothing to do with Israel whatsoever? Please, let's wake up. And then Sam went on to say, oh, do African traditions believe in God? I don't know. Let's go up. Then we have a Ingi Pidilo. Yeah, Cindy. I like how you answered the Adam and Pharaoh question. You have a very calm energy. Thank you very much, Ingi Pidilo. Thank you. And then we have a NS Kojo Ayikpa. Say, is your temple open for spiritual consultation? Yes, NS, we are open for spiritual consultation and all other things. Thank you very much. Our number is in our profile. You can pick it up and call. When I am done with the program, you call, they will answer you. And then some GBSL is saying how to connect yourself to spiritual power by learning what spiritual power is, and also by learning from people who already have that knowledge. Then we have Mocha Intellect. Say hi, hello, Mocha Intellect. How are you? Thank you very much. And Cassidy say, boss, how can I get contact you personally if you don't mind, sir? Cassidy, we have our telephone number on our profile or in our profile. When you look at the African Magic Temple on TikTok, we have the telephone number. You can call that number and ask, make inquiries, and they will guide you. Thank you very much. And Iya Ife Israel E1867 is saying, why are you not answering my question? Please tell me, or is it not visible for? I need to know, please. Thanks. Oh yeah, Ife Israel, if we have your question, we will answer. If it is visible, for sure we will answer. It is not that we don't ignore any question here. I don't ignore any question. I will only ignore a question when the question is repeated many times and I have answered it over and over and I see that same question, then I will not answer. But if we see your question, it may be under, because you know TikTok, the way they make their questions and this thing, the main question comes at the bottom, while what you are writing now is at the top. And we are coming from the top going towards the bottom. We are not coming from the bottom going towards the top. That's how we are scrolling down. So we may come across your question and I will answer it. So have patience. Yes, then we have pages. Please, which part? Yeah. Which part of Ghana are you? And how much is consultation? Pages, we are in Accra, Ghana. When you call the number on the phone, you can make all your enquiries. They will tell you how much consultation is and what time we are normally at the shrine to attend to people. They will tell you. So please do call the number, and the number will give you all the answers that you want. And then we have S Mama Marcel 55. Say, how do I schedule a consultation? Yes, S Mama Marcel, please, our telephone number is in the I think if you want to type it here, you will disturb the whole thing. So just leave it. They'll go into the they'll go into our profile, and you will see our contact number there, and then you can call the number and they will respond to you. You can do all the enquiries that you want to make when they respond to you. Thank you very much, because this is a live section now and I have to answer different questions, and some people even are not comfortable because we are not answering their question. But the truth about it is that we have not yet come to that question. We are scrolling and answering questions one by one. So when we get there, we will answer. So please go to the profile and pick the number and call it. Thank you very much. Then we have Samuel Doche 02. Say hello. I salute you, sir. Thank you very much, Samuel. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section. And then we have Jabez Adams. Bless love. How can one, which tribe do I belong? How can one know which tribe do I belong, as I can't find us on the Ancestry website. It is very difficult for you to know which tribe you belong to, because there are millions of tribes in the world. And in Africa, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of tribes that we have. There are some tribes, even their language is only spoken by them. Nobody else can understand them unless you go there to learn their language. So as I am sitting here in my studio answering questions on today's live section, I cannot know which tribe you came from. You have to make your own research to narrow your search to the country from which your DNA is said to be part of. Maybe you may be a mixture of so many different tribes. And in the ancestral website does not have everything. So you may have to narrow your search to a particular tribe, and if your DNA is coming from that tribe, then from there you can again continue trying to see. But it is very, very impossible, that's the truth, to know exactly which tribe you come from, because most people in the diaspora do not come from the one single tribe because of over 400-500 years of interracial marriages and what do they call it, connections. People do not have only one single bloodline in their life or in their ancestry life. So please, you have to keep trying and not narrow down to a place. There are certain people that I have met, their behaviors and all this thing point to a particular tribe in my country, and I advise them that you most probably your ancestors or part of your ancestors might have come from this tribe, I can say. But me not knowing you and not having any direct communication with you, I cannot tell at all. I am not a person who does guesswork here. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to tell the truth and to teach the truth, to let people know how to connect with their ancestors. Thank you very much, Jabesh Adams. I'm very grateful for that question. Then we have Bolinko 01. Say, Baba, please, somebody cast a spell on me and I start noticing pain all over my body. Over my body, Baba, I'm afraid. Bolinko, as I said earlier, if you want to do a spiritual consultation and find out whatever is happening to you, please, there's a number on our profile. Do your best to pick that number. Call the number. And then we can book an appointment for you to do a consultation. Whether you are in Ghana or you are anywhere in the world, we can still do an accurate consultation for you and tell you exactly what is happening in your life and how to go about it and overcome it. Thank you very much, Bolinko01. And then we have Thomas. That is a good answer. Thank you very much, Thomas. I don't know which answer you are saying, but thank you. And then we have a big sister Oluchi also, okay? Say, great evening, Papa, with peace and love. Hello, dear. It's been a long time. How are you and your children? I'm also wishing you a very good evening with peace and love. Thank you very much for joining. And then we have Jabesh. I've been trying from my mother's ascended. Yes, of course. Your mother is one side, that your maternal side is one side, and then if you look at it, your mother herself may be mixed with so many people. Even we on the continent of Africa, the motherland Africa, we also don't have one ascendancy. We mix within here too. How much more 400-500 of people live in the motherland? Even here we have within Ghana, you have some Ghanaians who are what do you call it? Having Akan, may even be having the Dagomba, Dangbani, Bamprusi, Kotokoli. We are all mixed, so you cannot really or actually know one line where you came from, unless you decided to stick yourself to one side, and that is it. You know, as I am sitting here, I'm called Christopher Voncujovi. My father is called Poku Akubia, and my father's father is called Obrahini, and then my great grandfather is called Bafuo, and all kind of names coming from different parts of the continent of Africa or Ghana. But then I consider myself as an Eve because my father and my mother that gave birth to me as an individual identify themselves as Eves over centuries. That's why I call myself an Eve. But when I listened to the family names, some were more Akan names than Eve names. So, my brother Jabesh, no one can actually know where they come from. That's why when we are doing ancestral feeding, all the necessary drinks from all the most known common tribes in my country, we use the drinks to feed ancestors because no one knows their roots. So I would say that, yes, maybe if you want to narrow it down to your mother's ascendancy, yes, you can. So find out from your mother what stories that she knew. If she's not alive anymore, I think do your DNA, because I'm even hearing that the DNA can only take you up to 400, 300 and it cannot go beyond. But then is that all that we just sprout from somewhere one day without any roots or people behind? They are. But you can never know. It is where you can identify yourself, and if you do a spiritual consultation and in your spiritual consultation they say that okay, you can choose this tribe as yours because you have a bloodline with them. Say, sir, that's it. And then we have African. They say which tribe I come from have different countries in my DNA test. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We are all having different countries in our DNA test, and so we can never know. But the more that is paramount in your DNA test, maybe they will tell you 70% Hausa, 70% Ewe, 63% for 20% Yoruba, 15% Fulani. Then of course the one that is prominent in your DNA, you stick to that side. You will have peace of mind than trying to know everywhere that you have come from. You will just be putting a burden on your own head. Then we have Dorothy Ali 917. Say, please, will my husband go to his surgery in Turkey? Dorothy Ali, I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't know your husband. How would I know whether your husband will go to do his surgery in Turkey or will do his surgery in Namibia? How would I know? I don't know you. That's not the kind of spiritualist I am. I'm not that kind of spiritualist who come online and start telling people about their life. I'm sorry. I am above that. If you want to know, do consultation. The spirit world will try to identify you and identify your husband and be able to link you and your husband together to find out the question you are asking and give you correct answer. Thank you. And then Jabesh Adams is saying that now there was one up there. Yeah, Jabesh Adams, but I give thanks for your honesty, Elder. Thank you very much, Jabesh Adams. Thank you for the question, because a lot of people may want to ask this question or had wanted to ask this question, but they couldn't have the guts to ask the question. But you did, and this is my take on your question. And thank you very much for the question. Let's go up. We have Immaculate
at M. Do you have snake money? No, I have goat. I have goat money. You like goat money? I don't have snake money, but I have goat. No, goat man. Yes, I have goat money. Let's move forward. And then we have Giliao 46. He said, I need help from you, boss. What help do you need from me, Giliao? Then we go to Iya Ife Israel. He said, can you tell us about the Moors? Iya Ife Israel, I don't know much about the Moors. I don't know so much about the Moors. You see, what I teach here is a very practical spirituality. My spirituality, or my teachings about spirituality is not certain things that have been written in history and I hear and I start to do a hearsay imaginations. I am teaching about every traditional spirituality and precisely voodoo, and also about Afa and Ifa that Afa came from the Yorubas, who call that Ifa. But in my culture, the tribe that I came from, the same Ifa is called Afa. So I don't know anything about Moors, and I don't know anything about Kemet, and I'm not interested to know anything about anything. I'm interested in what I know, and I want to teach that one for people who are interested to know real spirituality than to be perambulating and making themselves as if they are spiritualists, but they are just talking jargons. What we teach here is down to earth spirituality. We don't teach jargons, and we don't put ourselves into those things because they are not going to bring any practicality into the life we are living now. If you were kings and queens in a past life, and today you are a laborer, deal with your current situation, and then you can find a solution to your current situation than to be imagining that at one time you were a king, you were princes, you were princesses. Please be practical about your life and you find solution. Thank you very much, Israel, for that question. And then we have Jabez Adams saying, "God bless you continually and abundantly." Ashe, thank you very much, Jabez Adams. I'm very grateful to that. And then we have we have so many people. They just following the listen. And the Jabez Adams again said, as I am going to ask for spiritual.
Please, the question.
As I am going to ask for spiritual consolation to find where my ancestors' village was, I was 8. Okay, yeah, maybe which you were 8 years old, and where were you taken from, or where you started asking questions from that age? Yes, if you continue asking as we were talking about your DNA, try to find the majority bloodline in your DNA, or the ethnicity, the majority or the highest ethnicity in your bloodline, then definitely when you follow that ethnicity, you'll be getting some answers. Thank you very much, Abesh, for that. And then we have Big Sister Oluchi also. Okay, thank you, Papa. We are all doing great. I will call you, Papa, after the program. Peace and Papa. Thank you very much. Peace and love to you, dear. And then we have Dorothy Ali. Say, okay, sir, thank you. And then we have Jabez. There was somebody said he asked a question. Was that Iya Ife who asked the question? I don't know whether we have read her question. I think we just read her question.
Yes.
About the Moors.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. If that was the question you were referring to, Iya Ife, let me know. Let me know. Then Dorothy said, okay, sir. Then we have Jabez Adams again. My mother always told me this, so my mother always told me this, so I seek what is my true purpose on this earth. Selah. Yeah, okay. Your true purpose of this on this earth can only be discovered when you are initiated into Ifa. Ifa, but when I say Ifa, the proper Ifa, not the one that is going around in the diaspora where people who have not got bad or anything and initiating people. In even if you don't get certain kind of voodoo with you, you cannot initiate people into Ifa. So Jabesh, it will be wise and advisable that you get initiation into Afa or Ifa from the motherland or from a very good teacher, even in the diaspora, so that you should be able to know the purpose of your coming on this earth. I believe very strongly you may have a very strong spiritual linkage or leaning in your line. That's why the desire for you to know why you are here. We had all been there, and I wish you well in your search for the truth. And for sure, your inner self will continue directing you until you meet the truth. Thank you very much, Jabesh Adams. And then Jabesh Adams went on, Elder, how much is the consultation in African Magic Temple for local people who are in Ghana, within the borders of Ghana? Is 500 Ghana cedis plus 2 bottles of a beef eater dry gin. And this is what we call beef eater. I don't know whether you all can see it. Plus 2 bottles of beef eater dry gin. But then when you are living outside the borders of Ghana, we take $165 US for consultation. This will include the consultation charges plus the drinks. So that is what it is, Jabesh Adams. You can call the number and you can ask further questions, and they will be ready to answer your questions. Thank you very much. Then we have Thomas. He said, Baba, does your consultation be able to mention names of the enemies involved? No, we don't mention names of people involved because we don't know what is happening to you. The spirit world is the one who will tell us what is going on in your life, and then will also give us advice on what you should do to overcome them. Most of the time, people always think that when they are having spiritual challenges means other people from somewhere are attacking them. There are times that your own life, your own lifestyle can be a challenge to you on the spiritual field or on the spiritual plane. Your own lifestyle can come after you, because do you know that there is something called karma, the law of action and reaction? Whatever action you commit, there is an equal and opposite reaction, as it is in science. So it is in spirituality too. So most of the time, people always thought that when they are experiencing spiritual shutdown, it is someone who is attacking them. That's why at our shrine, we never treat any problem unless we do consultation. When we do consultation, the consultation will now detail everything that is happening in your life and also give us solutions. Thank you very much, Thomas, for that question. And then Jabais Adams said, Ifa Orunmila. Yes, Ifa Orunmila. Odudua. So, yeah. And then we have Njenga. Say, moment you said that kings and queens life, I know we can agree. Yes, I'm saying that if in this life you are a laborer or a common person, accept it and try to find a way to live within that common person and still have life and have purpose and know how to live in harmony with the world you live in. Rather than thinking that in your past life you were kings, you were queens, I was a princess, I was this. That time has passed. Face the reality and give your life a
purpose. And then we have somebody who calls himself cute prince. Say, give your life to Christ. He is the only way to truth and life. He is a light. Yes, I agree with you, cute prince. I'm not stopping you from you giving your life to Christ and having the way, the truth and life, and seeing the light. But you are not me. And if I don't go to the heaven that you are thinking of, what is your problem? Supposing I should go to hell and be suffering, is it you who is suffering? What is your worry about it? See, this is the brainwash that you have been brought up with. Why get involved into my affair? You have found Christ. Go. Who stops you? You found the light. Go. Who stops you? If I am suffering and I'm in darkness, what is your concern about it? If I am suffering and I'm in pain, what is your concern? And if I should go to hell because I did not accept your Christ, what is your business with that? Go to your heaven. Do I stop you from going to your heaven? What about if I tell you that I'm not interested in your heaven? What is your concern? You see, when you don't know where you are coming from, then you make this kind of statement. You are a lost soul. Thank you. And then we have Njenga. Say shout out to you. Thank you very much, Njenga. Then we have Chop Chop. What up, Black King? Oh, I'm not a king. And there's nothing up. We are teaching about our tradition here. The root of our ancestors. Things that our ancestors did before the white man came with Christ. That's what we teach here. We are not interested in their heaven. We are interested in our ancestors, because if their heaven could have helped us, by now Africans will be liberated. You see, when the white man gave you the Bible and stole your wealth and everything and making themselves rich, and we are still poor, there are some stupid and useless people who still think that by telling people that you should follow Christ, then you will be free. If you are free, you will not come on my platform. If you are really free, you won't come on my platform and be looking for the truth. See that Niger people remove, they say they won't sell uranium to France. Did you hear French people carrying Bible and praying? They are looking for opportunities. And they went and get a pipeline from Nigeria to bring gas for them, and Burkina Faso or somebody said Niger said it will not pass through their country. Now they are in darkness too. And somebody is deceiving you, say Bible. You don't know that people printed the Bible. And then African is a Baba, Kabbalah magic and African tradition magic, same. They are very close. They are very similar. Kabbalah and African traditional spirituality are quite close. Only that the names and the ceremonies, some of them are different, especially when the Jews are celebrating the Yom Kippur, where they use the chicken to go over their head and then kill it and put the blood in the sun. The same thing the Africans have been doing, but mind you, the Africans did not learn from the Jews, because the Africans had been there before the Jews nation was formed. If you go back even to the Bible, the story of Joseph being sold into slavery in Egypt, according to Bible, and it is in Egypt, in Africa, that the Jewish nation actually was born from, and then they later migrated to their current place that they said it was for their ancestors. So the black people or the Africans didn't learn from the Jews. It is rather the Jewish nation or the Israelites, they learn from Africa. So if our people have been doing this thing for centuries, the way they worship their God, and the Jews do the same in Kabbalah, then you know that there is so much similarity, but the similarity, the origin may be from Africa than from Israel to us. It is just the same like people in Haiti who are practicing voodoo. some people will tell you that it was the Africans who went to Haiti to learn voodoo before coming here. But the truth of it is that if we have to go to history, it was the Africans who were taken away from Africa in slavery that brought voodoo to the diaspora and to the islands. So the island people cannot know the voodoo more than those who originated it. Thank you very much. And then we have Diraya Oskos is saying hello, and hello to you, Diraya Oskos. And then we have Ife Israel. Cute prince, get out here with Christianity life. Ye have the Chris within. Thank you, Iya Ife. I'm very happy. And we have Iya Ife is not that is not all. I said Ife Iya Ife say no, that is not. It's not. Thank you very much for that one too. And then we go on to another question from Iya Ife. Say my question was about locating love, one who has transcended to answer or to tell us what happened to them. Okay, Iya Ife. You see, we have divinations, all kind of divinations in the world. There are some tools of divination who can do necromancy, where they can invoke people who had passed, loved ones who had passed on, and they will be able to answer you. We have that also at African Magic Temple. And then we have the Ifa or Afa also at African Magic Temple. And we have the crystal ball divination. We have the, what do you call it? Afa, the cowries, and then the direct spirit divinations also. So if a loved one has transcended into the land of ancestors and someone wants to contact them, yes, we do. But most often, the tool that we use in doing that, it is best when you are physically present with something that the person had touched during the time that they were alive. And that what the person had touched is what we will use to send into the spirit, so that the spirits will be able to get the information or get closer to the person and then ask informations and bring the information for us to share with whoever is trying to contact their loved ones. Thank you very much, Iya Ife. There, as we said, you can call. We have our number there where you can ask more questions concerning if you want to contact a dead person or person who has passed on. Thank you very much for that. Then we have in that Lilato Farms, Timinyambe there, at Cute Prince. No one is stopping you from giving your life to Jesus Christ. Don't force others. Yes, of course. Thank you, Timmy. Because no one is stopping them. You can go. I have my life. You don't even know me. And you have your life and I don't know you. So why are you worried about me if I don't go to Christ? What is your palabra? Or you think that in my country they don't have Christian churches? Or even the area I live, you don't think that they have churches? If I want to go and follow Christ, I will. But I'm not interested, because it does not interest me because of the lies and deceit that all of you hypocritic people, all of you who are calling yourself Christians, hypocrisy is what I hate. And that's why I'm not a Christian. And I'm not interested in any Christian heaven. Thank you, Kiminyambi, Lalito Farms. Thank you. Move up, let's see. And then we have Adam Lilwin. He said, how can I get ankh to wear? My brother, we are not blacksmiths here. We don't make ankh. We are not blacksmith in this shrine. We are not blacksmith. Even if the bracelet we are wearing, we went to buy it from people who are making it. So I think the best thing is go to people who make ankh and ask them if you can get some to wear. But we don't wear ankh. It's not relevant to our spiritual practice here. Sorry to say so, but that's the truth. It is not relevant to our spiritual practice here. The ankh is not relevant to us. So if you want to find a place to buy, those people who are wearing ankh and introducing ankh in their spirituality, ask them. They will probably be able to tell you. Let's go up. And then we have Iya Ife Israel. It's a question you had not answered. Say you had not answered is about the spirit or loved one who has transcended. Can you contact them? Okay, yes, that's what I've just answered now. It is now that the question is coming. We didn't see it before, so as I said earlier, we don't omit questions. We will answer them all if we see them. But yes, we do necromancy also. Is it not necromancy?
Yes, please.
That's called necromancy in English, but in our language, it's not called necromancy. It is contacting the dead. The Englishman call it necromancy, and they put all kind of names and tags on it. For us, it is the way of life. So thank you very much, Iya Ife Israel. Thank you. But as I said, it is best done when the person is physically in front of you. The person who wants to ask the question should be physically in front of you. It is best that way. Or there will be questions that come in from the mirror and all this thing that will make you to confirm whether the person you are looking for is the person who is appearing in the mirror. Thank you very much. Then we have Joel. Hello, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, hello, Joel. How are you? Which part of Trinidad are you? Of the Rawa people? Because I know the people who are the Rawa people in Trinidad Tobago are from my tribe in Ghana. Eve, Togo, and our people. Thank you very much. Then we have Luna Nicole at Adam Lilwen. You can purchase an ankh on Amazon or Etsy for sure. Thank you very much, Luna Nicole, for that answer. So Adam Lilwen, they say you can purchase the ankh on Amazon. So please do. Then we have Iya Ife Israel is laughing. I think I said something probably that is making her laugh. Thank you. Then we have, let's go. We have Nero.
Please share the live video.
Okay, share the live. Nero Max shared our live. Thank you very much, Nero Max. And then we have Iya Ife Israel again. Oh, they tell them they should march and pray. Yeah, maybe. And then we have Olive Hammond 3 is saying, hello, Daddy, good evening. Hello, Nakokoe. Why you don't call me again, and why you don't come to the shrine? Please, when you have time, come, if everything is okay. How are your children? I hope they are all fine. Thank you very much for joining the section, and good evening to you and your children. Thank you. And then we have Kikiria saying hello. Kikiria, thank you, and hope you are fine. Thank you for joining this in. Then we have Olive Hammond saying, long time, Dad. Yes, it's been a very long time. Last time I wore the shirt you bought for me, and then I remember you and say, I haven't seen you for a long time. Thank you very much. Then we have African. So originally Kabbalah is from Africa. I believe so. And then we have Adam Lilway say, how can I get reading from Ifa? By going to an Ifa priest. If you go to an Ifa priest, whether online or physical, I believe very strongly they will help you do the reading. Thank you. And then Luna Nicole said, do you know where I can study Ifa or get a reading here in the US, specifically Arizona? Please, I think for you, Arizona, I don't know anybody in Arizona, but in Ohio, I will say you should contact Shamba Musa Muhammad. He is my student, and he is now doing reading for people. He I don't know whether he was here
a while ago on the Clubhouse, but you can send your info. Say hello to Shamba Musa on Clubhouse and also on Facebook. When you go Shamba Musa Mohammed, when you go, you'll be able to get him there. The reason why I will not ask you to put your number here, and also we will not put our number there, is that you will be getting a lot of scammers who will be posing and trying to deceive you. But if you are able to get to Shamba Musa, you can be in Arizona. He is in Ohio. He will still be able to do a reading for you, and you will be satisfied. Thank you very much. And then Africans say, can we marry spirit? No, I don't know whether anybody can marry spirit. But in my culture, once you start working with spirit, they will call you, either you are the husband or wife of that spirit. That's why we have something in Ewe, a person who works with voodoo. It's called voodoo C. Voodoo C. And then people who are working with other voodoo that we will call them Huno. In the name of a man will be called Huno, and then a woman will be called Hunsi. So if that is to say that you are married to spirit, then that is it. But generally, I don't know whether people can marry to spirit. That is me. That's what I'm talking. I don't know other people how they explain their spirituality with people. I have a lot of spirits that I work with, and I will not say that I'm married to them, but I call them spirits that I work with, and we are in partnership. I am playing the physical role. They are playing the spiritual role. If someone will say that means I'm married to them, then it is their language. But for me, I don't know, and I don't think a person can be married to spirit. And then we have Goddess Yisa. Is a Ifa reading? Yes. That's what the person is asking, Ifa reading. Then Iya Ife Israel say, thank you, hugs and more love for this. Thank you too for that. And then we have Saint Saint Bible 4. Say, Papa, how do you invoke your ancestors and gods of your house to protect from all negative energy and around? Saint Bible 4. The way we do invocation of ancestors is through pouring of libation. We pour libation to our ancestors by calling the names of the ancestors that have been relevant during their lifetime. Not just anybody who is called an ancestor. The ancestors that had played a role and their names had been made a progress in society are the people we pour libation to. So the invocation of ancestors is by pouring libation to them. You can go back into our videos each time that we are doing a program. We invoke the ancestors during that time. The noise is too much loud. They should hold it. It's too loud for me. Sorry. So if you watch our videos, even today's own, if you go back to watch from the beginning, you will see that I poured libation to my ancestors. I called their names one by one, and I poured drink to them. That is how we invoke the ancestors. Thank you very much, Saint Bible 4. And then we have Iya Ife Israel against the indoctrination is a mental control, disgusting and so misleading. Yes, but Africa is waking up little by little. If Africans are now saying that they will not export raw materials to the Europeans or to the Americans, it is a wake-up call. And we are only praying and hoping that they will stand by their words. Thank you very much. And then we have Bossy Bulk Wide. He said, Tommy, good evening. Bossy Bulk Wide, and good evening to you too. And then we have Sia. Say, Papa, who? Sia, I don't know. I think I'm seeing South African flag there. Whether you are really in South Africa or not, I cannot tell. But when you say Papa who, I don't know what you mean. But a lot of people call me Papa. But then my name is there on the program as Christopher Voncujovi. So that's what I am. I am known in my official name. But most my children call me Papa. So a lot of people who also come in contact with me address me as Papa. But if you are asking a question of Papa who, I cannot understand that question. But if it is me, my name is Christopher Voncujovi. Let's go on. Then we have a King. Yeah, I'm Rooney from Ghana. Hello, Rooney. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have Ngipudi Dilo. Say, is it dangerous or normal to eat a sand from the anthill? Does it have some spiritual connection? I've not had any knowledge of that in the Pudiro. I've never had any knowledge of whether people eat anthill sand or whatever. I have never had that kind of thing in my life, so I cannot confirm here whether it is good or it is bad. I think it will be good. The people who had spoken about it to you, you should ask them more about it. In my culture, nobody eat the anthill or sand from the anthill. I've never come across anybody yet. Then we have one called People Talk. Say Apostle Abraham grandson, real and genuine man of God, tonight at 11 p.m. UK time. Thank you. Whether somebody is a genuine person of God or is not genuine person of God, they don't need to advertise. People will find them. And then I have the same person.
Yes, please.
Ascend and you will be able to make the right decision. Thank you very much for joining the section where we are tired of Christianity. That's why we are teaching our tradition. This is not a Christian platform, so I don't think this is the right place to advertise yourself. Then we have Okatachi Okodi. Good evening, Papa. Please, is it true someone can control your destiny with the stars and the moon? I don't think so. I don't think people can control your destiny, but people can influence you, and their influence can put some load or weight on your destiny. Because when people are telling you that you should go to church, meanwhile most people in the church are witches. So what are you going to go and do there? When you go there, and the witches they use to attack people from time to time, so you go and sit in their midst, of course they will attack you. But then no one, it's not written on the forehead of anybody that this person is a witch and that person is not a witch. So you don't know who is bewitching you and who is not bewitching you. So I will say that I'm not sure, I don't know, but from my own personal experience, I think it is only you and you alone who can decide to let your destiny go down or go up. Of course, if you don't know, then you don't know. But when you are taught and told what to do and you don't follow, then that is where your destiny can be controlled. But otherwise, it is not that easy that people can use the stars and the moon to control your destiny. Why? Your destiny is inside their pot. Then we have Ngipidilo. Do you have any of students in Namibia too? I also need some reading. No, I don't have anybody in Namibia. I think we only have 1 or 2, 3 people in Namibia who has been on our program for some time now, but I don't have any students in Namibia. Then we have S Mama Marcel 55. He said, do you have anyone in Texas? I think Ohio, as I was saying, is not that far from Texas. So please contact Shamba Musa in Ohio. he will be able to. If Shamba is listening anywhere, or anybody who has contact of Shamba should let Shamba come on TikTok and then see the people who are looking for readings in this. However, we can do reading all over the world. So if you want to do readings with us here in Ghana, or with my children in Japan and in China, they can do readings for you. And then, of course, Shamba can do reading for you in the US. It's more closer to you. And if you want to do rituals, he is much closer to for you to go to him, or he to come to you if you pay for his transportation. So I would suggest that you can ask Shamba Musa Muhammad to do a reading for you. Thank you very much, S Mama myself 55. Let's go ahead. Okay, we are going to YouTube now. I think we have so many people here too. Okay, we have been on this one for too long. Okay, then okay, we went there where Timmy asked what is God calling before Christianity, which I say ours is Mau. And then we have Cas Teddy. It's a peace and love to you, Papa, and all AMG family. Papa, I recently watched a Hollywood movie where a man could communicate to all sorts of animals. Is this only fictional or also possible in reality? Cas Teddy, it is very possible in reality. I can communicate with animals, and I can also communicate with plants. I have done it. I'm doing it all the time. So my children are doing it too. So it is not fiction. Maybe, but in the movies, because it's an act, they can act it. Whether the person in the movie can do it physically or not. But then I think they are acting a story of someone who could do it. We here at African Magic Temple, we can communicate with animals as well as with plants. Thank you very much. You know, when your spiritual IQ is very high, you transcend a lot of things. Nature responds to you when you ask. Then we have Timi Nyambege. Papa, what is the importance of taking care of our ancestors' graves, or rather the importance of giving thanksgiving to our ancestors? I think the importance of ancestral veneration, let me call it so, is that you are acknowledging and paying homage to your ancestors, that because they were, you are. That alone is enough, a proof to pay homage to your ancestors, because if not because of them, you won't be here. And you being here alone is a proof that they had done well, and that you pay homage to and you be grateful to. Because without them, you are not here. Without them, I am not here, and nobody is here. And for us to be able to be thankful for them for being here, there, or at one time, and that's why we are here. Thank you very much, Timi Nyambe, for that question. And then we have this Jiwa Junbre. Okay, I don't know. Thanks for the live, but the sound is really bad. Okay, maybe at your end.
Because the sound is
here at our end, and other people are confirming that the sound is good. Maybe it is your equipment or device that is not giving you a clear sound. But for us here, the sound is very clear to everybody. Thank you very much. Then we live in okay, we are still on YouTube, where we have our brother Michael James say question: those that call themselves gods of the earth, 5% in US African Americans, only if known. Yes, maybe if those who call themselves gods of the earth, 5% in the US, which is African Americans, only if they know. Baba, why do Europeans label these types as terrorist threats and groups? Because you are competing with them. You are competing with them because the white man wanted to tell you that they are God. That's why they make the Bible. And in the Bible, all the stories there are trying to celebrate the white man. And then the white man has made you to understand that you don't know anything. But then let's say Jesus Christ had lived before, and he was picking his disciples. How come the name James, John, Timothy, are they Arab names? Are they Arabic names, or they are names of who? These are European names. So how can Jesus Christ pick Europeans in his motherland and make them his disciples? Think about it. So, Michael, it is just that the white supremacist agenda, whereby they want to control the world and telling you that, telling us that we Africans are poor and they are rich. Meanwhile, if Africa stop providing raw materials to Europe and America today, their economies will collapse. So it is just mental slavery that they made us, and that's why they use the Bible and they use the Bible and all these religious books to control the African. They are workers, and they come to steal everything from us and then tell us that we are thieves. We are poor people. They are thieves. They are just exploiting us and making their life comfortable, and then they call us poor people. Let Africans decide that they will not send anything in its raw form to Europe and America. We will see who is poor and who is rich. Then we have Stella Matenga say, Daddy, can you work for someone who is not in Ghana? Yes, Stella, we do work for people across the oceans. Wherever you are in the world, we can do a reading for you, and we can also work for you, and you will attain success. Thank you very much, Stella, for that question. And then I think Shamba, is it Shamba up there?
Yes, Mr.
Okay, Shamba came earlier. So those of you who can go onto YouTube on our page, you see Shamba, you can say hello to him by replying to his this, then he can get you. Then we have Dr. Labi Cosmos. Good evening, Toby. Greetings to all the Mau. What is that? The Kesa on that. The greetings to all the Mau. Ape, all the Maus are here. Okay, thank you. Then Johannes Michael in Namibia say, Papa, what is Efa? Okay, Efa is a lot of people pronounce it Efa. Some people pronounce it Afa. People pronounce it Ifa. It does not matter how it is pronounced. In the language or the dialect from where I came from is pronounced Afa, A-F-A. A-F-A. That's how it is pronounced in the dialect where I come from. But then some people, instead of calling their name, pronouncing the A as A, they decide to pronounce it E. So instead of Afa, they say Efa. It is their dialect. But then the Nigerians, or the Yorubas for that matter, they call it Ifa. It's a system of divination, or a system whereby our ancestors contact the spirit world and be able to know what to do on the physical plane or in this physical world. Afa is a discipline of its own that has been here long before the Jewish nation was born, and even before Jesus Christ was born. And it is a system through which, when you are initiated, you will know the reason and the purpose of your being on this earth. And when you follow those things, you will live in harmony with nature. Thank you. Then we have we are again on African Magic Temple here. We have Kwabena Boachi Yadom. Even in the Akan culture, they believe the male female energy. So they say Ochedrian Po Asaseya. Yes, thank you very much. This is what I was trying to tell you. So that belief that God is not just one gender. Thank you very, very much. Then we have Oshe Baba. Hey, my brother, it's been a long time. How are you? Thank you. Say, Papa, good evening. I miss you. Thanks for the good job you are doing. I want Abochi for divination. Sure, Abochi is here. If you want Abochi to do divination with Abochi, we will use Abochi for you. Thank you. How have you been? How is family and everybody? Hope you are well. My regards and greetings to everybody. Thank you very much. Why this thing? It was here when I brought it here. Okay. And then we have a DJ again, sir. Please. A spirit. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know whether that is a spirit. I've never heard this name before. I've never heard it before. Maybe it is a spirit, maybe it is not, because they have millions of spirits in the universe, and nobody can know all their names. So some spirits can come and give you their name. If they love you, they want to work with you, they will tell you their names. Or some spirits will even tell you that you just give them any name that you like and they will work with you. So maybe the person who is having this spirit is called ha. Maybe that's how the spirit called itself to him, or that's how he gave name to, or whoever discovered that spirit or came in contact with it. But I've never heard the name any spirit like that. I'm not familiar with him. But I'm not saying it does not exist, but I am not familiar. I teach what I am familiar with. Thank you. Yes, let's go to where we are almost getting to the end of the sections. Don't worry about that person. We are not talking about them. I say, Katen Daniels, he said, greetings to you, Katen. How are you? And then we have Adam Lil Wayne. He said, if I come to your country, can you assist me with a Ifa priest? Yes, we are also Ifa priests. As you see us here, we are full Ifa priests. We do Ifa initiations at our shrine. So we are also Ifa priests. So Adam Lil Wayne, yes, we will assist you to find an Ifa priest. We are all Ifa priests at our shrine. That's why they call me Bokor. When they call somebody, the word Bokor in my language means an Ifa priest. Okay, let's go. Thank you. And then we have African. Do you know some African spiritual man in Europe can teach us? No, I don't have any a spiritual person in Europe. You know, one thing with me is that if I don't train you and I have not seen your work, I cannot recommend anybody who I have not trained to you, to anyone, whereby if anything goes wrong, the fingers will be pointed at me. I don't do so. I don't have anybody as a priest in Europe yet. But whenever I do have somebody that I can trust, I will introduce you or anybody to that person. Then we have Luna Nicole. Papa, how can I be initiated into Ifa since I'm in the US? How do I study and prepare? Thank you. Luna Nicole, a lot of people who get Ifa initiation, even in the US, if they are not having any immediate priest around them, they travel. Some do travel to Nigeria, some do travel to Cuba, and some also do travel to Ghana, Togo, Benin to get initiated into Ifa. Because the reason is that Ifa initiation, and any initiation for that matter, is a practical and a physical thing. It can never be done online. So if you want to be initiated, you have to discuss it with a priest that you can trust. And the priest will give you the details and tell you what to bring, what they need, and what time they will be able to initiate, and then you make all the necessary travel arrangement. If you don't meet any priest in the area that you are, then you make a necessary travel arrangement and the monies that will be taken for the initiation. Then you go and you get initiated. But there are so many other places also you can get initiated into Ifa and Afa. But I don't know any place, so I can't tell you go here, go there. But if you come to Ghana and you want to be initiated, we will assist you and initiate you. Thank you. You can get to me online through WhatsApp and other things, and then we can discuss it. Thank you very much. And then we have Lodras shared the video. Thank you very much, Lodras. Then we have a AKL sent us a rose flower times 19 times. Oh, thank you. Hooray. Thank you very much for that. Then we have somebody, do you think gold is going up on Monday? I'm not a gold trader. I don't trade in precious metals, so I don't know whether gold is going up or going down. I'm not a metal trader. Go to the stock market and find out whether gold is going up or going down, please. See, when you come here, we are not that kind of charlatan priest where we just say things that we don't even know about. I'm not a gold trader. How come you here and ask about the price of gold going up or going down? Did I say I'm a dealer in precious metals? And then we have AMB Oloye Peace saying foreign religions and their ways of indoctrinating our people have destroyed the power of thinking. Very grateful to you, Ambassador Oloye. Peace unto you. Yes, this is the problem we are facing. That's why all these people coming with all kind of nonsense. Then Luna Nicole sent us a heart times 1. Thank you very much, Luna Nicole. Then Ambassador Oloye Peace say, I greet you, the wise one. May our ancestors bless and keep empowering you. Thank you very much, my big brother. May the ancestors continue blessing you and empowering you too. Thank you very much.
Yes, Bobby. Yes, we just bring it. Thank you.
And then we are having Iya Ife Isra saying that the camera has problem.
Yes, but
how long
we are showing the logo, but your voice is going so that we can replace the video.
Okay.
Yes.
And is it having battery?
No, is the
No, I mean this one.
Yes, please, Papa.
Okay.
Yes, please. Sorry.
But I was still talking. I didn't know you were showing. But people could hear me.
Yes, they.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. So now, Iya Ife Israel says, yes, we are tired and made dumbfounded and lost with these Christian lies. Yes, that's what Africa is now waking up. When our politicians and our leaders wake up, Africa will wake up. You see, places like Rwanda, where Paul Kagame is the president. And I think that you cannot just stand up and say you are a pastor, you are forming a church. You need to go to university and get a degree in philosophy and theosophy. Philosophy and theology. If you don't do that, you cannot just go to the used clothes person and buy some coat and then stand on the street and say you start talking about God just to feed your stomach, because when you are hungry, you have no job. You carry Bible and start standing on the roadside and telling people that they are going to go to hell and they should change. Meanwhile, it is your stomach that was going to hell, and you want to save it, and you deceive people that you are talking about God. Which God? Where do you know God from? So anyway, then we have a user 598669 3738081. It's called Israel Kwabena. Thank you. The Iya Ife Israel said, thank you for your facts and ancient ways of our blood lineage. Thank you very much, Iya Ife. Thank you. Then Empress 3 said, in South Sudan, I don't have anybody anywhere apart from Ghana, Shamba Musa, Japan, China. These are the only places that I have my students are practicing, but I don't have anywhere else. Maybe when you come down and you are trained and you are good, I will also introduce people to South Sudan. Then we have Danny Talks. They say, good evening, sir. When exactly is good to contact you? Oh, the phone number, the phone number.
You can do it.
The phone number that is there. When you call the phone number, they will give you all the necessary audience, and they will listen to you, and you can make all your enquiries, and they will tell you exactly when you can get me. Then we have Savage Black. He said, hi, Papa. Please, good evening. Good evening, Savage Black. Thank you very much for joining the section. And then we have AM Bulldog sending us rose flowers 21 times. Thank you all. No, I've been saying it every day. I don't know what to do with these rose flowers. They have been coming plenty, but we have never used them before.
You can use it on the TikTok.
But have we ever used them before?
No, please, Papa.
So now we might have accumulated a lot.
Yes.
Or it goes away as.
Oh no.
And so you people find out how we can use them.
Okay, Papa.
Yeah, maybe we can also send it to other people.
Yes,
why not? Bulldog, thank you very much. Then we have Savage Black. Please, I'm 20 years. Can I do IFA? Yes, of course. My children who are now teachers and masters, they were introduced into IFA, some at the age of 5 years old, some at the age of 7, and some at the age of 10, depending on where they are before we do the IFA initiation. So being 20 years old, you are old enough to learn Afa. Even my one of my son is only 16 years old now, and he is one of our jewels of Afa at our shrine. He has been to Europe to do Afa for people at universities and all this. He's only 16 years old, so we don't have a problem. You are 20 years, does not stop you from getting into Afa. Then we have Anberry 96941386. Hi, Papa. Please, where can I contact you? Anne, I think you should just call the number, and once they pick it, you can do all your enquiries. It will help you to understand how we work at African Magic Temple. So we have Natural Vibes Holistic. So I want to learn African spiritual practice and religion. Where do I start from? By meeting a teacher who knows about African traditional spirituality. African does not have a religion, so stop calling it religion. We don't have a religion. It's only in religion they have someone who is the man or woman. If you don't pass through that person, you don't go to heaven. African traditional spirituality has nothing to do with that. If you know how to live with nature and live in harmony, you are already in heaven. So call the number and they will give you the necessary directions. Okay, let's go. We are almost closing. It's 6:30, almost 6:30. Then we have Empress 3 say, I agree, Papa. Thank you very much, Empress. I'm very grateful. Then some is saying, how much for what? Initiation? How much for consultation? I said consultation is 500 Ghana plus 2 bottles of beef eater dry gin in Ghana. But if you live outside Ghana, our consultation charges is $165. Thank you, Sam. Then Empress again saying, I agree, Papa. Thank you very much. And if I said the letter J was created in 1524 by this, yes, because the Arabic does not have J in it. So it is all these things are things people do not read books. They don't read history. They come on your
your platform and make noise as if they know so much because you are talking about your tradition, so you are evil person. See the stupidity and the mental indoctrination that has put us where we are. You know, a long time ago they used to say that if you are going to church and you see a white man, you should go back home because you have seen God. It is true. Because the white man has made themselves God over us, and we have accepted it. That's why we look at ourselves and look at our ancestors and say, your ancestors are evil. Yet still, Israel ancestors that you have never met before, whose DNA doesn't run in your system, you call them gods. You know, stupidity and foolishness. Thank you. And then, if they say by the Italian author, okay? And then, thank you very much, Ife. And then we have Rodrigo Fax. Say, Papa, please, I would like to know more about you. I am all on the internet. You can know about me. I don't hide myself because I'm not a stammer. You can always know about me. It's all online. My profile, my everything that I do is online. So just type my name, Christopher Voncujovi, into any search engine, and you will find me very clear and loud. Thank you. And then we have Stephen Cash. He said, good evening, sir. Hello, Stephen. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and thank you all for being with me for this long. I'm almost coming to the end of today's section because I have some works to do. People are waiting for me outside. Our section is expiring around 6:30. Now we are 6:32 p.m. And then Okatachi Okodi is saying, Papa, please, is it possible to open one's third eye? Yes, it is possible to open one's third eye, but it's not a one-day job. Let's go and let me finish here and say, please, what is Ifa and where did it originated from? Ifa is the discipline, the spiritual discipline of the Yorubas. So it originated from Ife. I think Ife, yes. And then it spread around the world. And people from different cultures have changed the name a little bit to their understanding. Like my people, they call the same Ifa Afa. But when they are calling the Odus in the Ifa, they still use the Yoruba words. Bemeji, Yekumeji, Dimeji, Ewolimeji, Dimeji, Irosomeji. We use the same Yoruba words. So that alone will tell you that the origin, as far as we can understand, is coming from Yoruba. Otherwise, there will be no Meji inside the oracles. If somebody challenges it, maybe they will tell you where it came from. Then you can ask them why the language is in Meji. Yeah, you can ask them why is it called Meji. Because there's no culture apart from the Yorubas who call double Meji. So if it is not in the Yoruba language of Meiji, and if that language is not coming from Yoruba land, then ask them where the word Meiji came from. That alone should be able to clear your misunderstanding. And the Kwame King asked that question. They said, Kwame, and the Kwame again said, please, what is your thoughts on the marine war? What is marine war? I don't know anything about it. What is marine war? I have no ideas, Kwame. I've never come across anything called marine war yet. Let's move forward and let me. Okay, then we have Anita Gaba, 741. Say good evening, Daddy. Hello, Anita. Good evening. Then we have Bright Odishe Kwabe. Say, Papa, please, what is the reading entails? I don't know. Reading is usually you want to find out something about yourself, and I don't know what you want to find out about yourself, so I can't tell what a reading entails. People wanted to find out what they don't know, what they are not understanding. That's what we call reading when you consult the oracle. And each and everybody has their own thing that they are looking for, and they are
trying to find out. So we have pages here saying, please, the reading and the consultation are different or same. They are the same thing. Some people call it spiritual consultation. Some people call it reading. The reading is more or less an American term for spiritual consultation. Then Kwame went on to say, I meant marine well, like Mami water. Yes, Mami waters, they exist. They are just Mami of water. Just like it's a Mami Kumasi, Mami Donko, Mami Esinam. So there is also Mami of water. So that's all that Mami water is. And then if you say Mi Mami Insio, well, you say so, Mi Mami Insio, my mother water, or don't call it mother water. Like people say asasi, yeah, it's also spirit of the earth, the mother earth, yeah. And I think that's the same some people call in the children's cartoon Gaia. Mother earth. Gaia is a Hindu or a Sanskrit word for earth, Gaia. So my friend is called Gayatrananda. when we went to training and we had been ordained, he has gone one step higher than me after I resigned, and he's called Gayatrananda, means the master spirit of the Gaia. So yes, so Mami water is all that means spirit of the water. So Kwame, that's it. And we have a bright Odishe Kwame say thank you Papa and thank you too. And Kwame went on to say and thank you for the previous answers. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for the questions. And then Kwame went on, I was told I got Mami water spirit that came with me at birth, but I was told that is evil. Then you need to meet a spiritualist to do a spiritual consultation or a reading to find out whether that is true or it is not true. Because the truth is that it's not all the human beings in the world are good people. So it is also with spirit world. It is not all spirits that you come in contact with that will be good spirits, but then if you know how to move with them, you will get the good out of them. The problem is that God has created everything and he said everything is good. God never said that everything that he has created is evil. It is we human beings who have put those clauses to the things that say this is evil and this is good, that is bad. But I think the Bible said somewhere in Genesis that at the seventh day God has seen that everything that he has created is good. So who are you to say that what God has created is evil? Unless, of course, you don't know how to use it. Knife is not evil, but if somebody holds a knife and does not use it well on you and it attacks you, then it is evil. But in general, knife on its own is not an evil thing. Thank you very much. Let me see the name that was there. That is Kwame. So if you are trying to find out what exactly you came into this world with, that is what we call in Ewe Taji Voodoo. Taji Voodoo, your head spirits that came into you. I think the Yoruba is called Orisha. You have to find out what spirits you came into this world with. But this, most of the time, can only be found out when you are initiated. Then Pages went on to say, Papa, good, God bless you. People take our money and fraud us. Yeah, maybe you were looking for quick money. That's why there are hungry people and hungry tigers and hungry lions out there who are looking for chances for ignorant people to come to them, for them to cheat them. They are like the spider. The spider lay its web. And if a fly mistakenly falls into the web, the spider devours it. So it is, people are in the world, they lay their nets down, and if you fall in, they will deceive you and take your money. And then Mark Oseko is saying, what causes rejection? You must find out by reading. It could be anything, your own behavior, things that are around you, somebody influencing your waves, whatever. Until you find out, you cannot know. Then we have Luna Nicole saying, peace to you, Papa. Thank you for sharing knowledge. I'm very grateful to you, Luna Nicole. I'm grateful. Thank you very much for coming to join. And then we have Joy Monday saying good evening. Good evening, Joy Monday. How are you? And he also maybe earlier said hello. Hello to you too. Thank you everybody for being here today. I think we have answered almost everybody's question. We will go on to YouTube. We have a Organic Black. I respect the Yoruba so much for keeping their culture as much as my people are Igbo and we are so lost. No, the Igbos are not lost at all. Organic Black. The Igbo spirituality is still very much alive. And the Igbos also call that Ifa. The Igbos also have it and they call it Afa, just like we the Aries in Ghana call it Afa. The Igbo spirituality, unless you don't go deep into it, you will not find it. It is there. It is not gone at all, so don't blame them. You may say majority of people do not go back to the roots. You can say, but I don't think so. The Igbos, as we see even in the Nigerian movies, they have kept their culture very much. So I don't think you should write off your people just by saying that they have lost it. They haven't. It's only when you are not looking for it, then you don't find it. But it's there. I tell you, Organic Black, if you go deeper, you will find exactly what I am saying here. Thank you very much. And let's see where again the other African Magic.
African Magic Temple.
Yes, we are on African Magic Temple and we have DJA. Is Jehovah a Hebrew God? Of course. Which language again in Africa or in anywhere in the world that call their God Jehovah if it is not borrowed from the Hebrews? In your culture, where you came from, have you ever heard anybody calling God Jehovah apart from people who are Christians or people who are calling them Hebrew Israelites? It's a borrowed word from the Hebrew, Jehovah. But it's actually a four-letter word with figures attached to each letter. It's actually called Jod He Vo He, and that is the Kabbalistic name, and that's how it pronounced in Kabbalah, Jod He Vo He. So, yeah, that's it. So, definitely, it's a Hebrew God. But Jehovah is not only the Hebrew God. There are so many gods, as in the Shem Hamphoraj and the Semiphoraj, where you have all the 72 holy names of God in Shem Hamphoraj. So Jehovah is not the only Hebrew God. There are so many others. If you don't know them, then you don't know them. But if you do research, you will find out where they are. Thank you. Okay, we have reached the end of today's teachings. I'm very grateful to all of you for coming here to be with us and join in this. I think we have Johannes Michael in Namibia. So, Papa, there's a way if someone joined the initiate, a person can fail. No, I am the teacher here. You can never fail because I have gone through so many things before I sit down here to teach, and you cannot go through me and fail. There's no way you can fail because I will guide you very gently, and I will explain everything to you as I am doing on this platform, that you will never fail. There's no way you can fail. There's no failure, unless, of course, if you have not gone through a teacher who had his own personal experience, then there could be a failure. But no. So rest assured that we teach, and we teach the right thing. Then Michael went on to say, Papa, I like your truthful because you make us understand, nothing hide. God bless you, Papa. And God bless you all, Michael. I'm very grateful to you all. Thank you very much. You talk with Mama, my Dakpelo, Nami, Bebedo, Mebia, Minam, Godo, Nedipudediga. Because this week that we are entering into, may blessings and good doors open for people. May the ancestors open good and special doors for you. And may good health continue to be with you.
May your ancestors continue to bless you. Bye bye for today. Okay.